Hello everyone, welcome to What If Quirkless Deku Became the King of Fairies Part 2. Before we start, please go support BamBam0802 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Deku is a male. Chapter 12 Pavilion of Inventions. Nijire, looking around so many new hero items in one place. Melissa, pointing to an invention. Izuku, look at this, pointing to an invention that looked like a stingray. This multipurpose beagle can fly, but also move underwater. Nijire / Izuku, amazing. Melissa, in another post you can use this diving suit up to 7,000 meters below the depths of the sea. Izuku, it's very deep. Melissa, we have more inventions. Look, pointing to some glasses. These glasses are equipped with 36 different sensors, putting the case to Izuku. Izuku, I can see too much. Melissa, walking through the stalls. Actually, almost everything here was based on things patented by Dad. Nijire, wow, Dr. Shield is amazing. Uraraka, I see you're having fun. Midoriya. Izuku, huh? Oh, hello Uraraka, how are you? Momo, yes, you are having fun. Izuku, Momo? Jiru, I heard everything. Midoriya, playing with his jacks. Izuku, your quirk scares me and at the same time it amazes me. Melissa, are they your friends? Izuku, yes, the one with a ponytail is Momo, the one with brown hair is Uraraka, and the one with the jacks is Jiru. Looking at the girls, this is Melissa, she was showing me the exhibition. Melissa, walking towards them, I'm glad to meet you. Do you want to go get some tea? Coffee. Melissa, talking to the girls, oh, you've all had experience working as professional heroes. Uraraka, I was just training and patrolling. Jiru, I got caught up in an incident, but all I did was evacuate the people. Momo, I was the same as Ochako. Melissa, all three are amazing, you don't get to do that every day. Jiru, well, if we talk about doing amazing things, the ones who stood out the most were Todoroki, Midoriya and Ida. Melissa, huh? Why? Uraraka, didn't you see the news here on Island? They defeated the hero killer, a dangerous criminal in our country. Momo, when I saw that video I was very worried about the three of them. Nijire, I was very worried when I saw Nomu take Izuku away. Everyone agreed. Melissa, right, I had forgotten about Izuku. Mineta, handing his drink to Izuku, sorry for the wait. Izuku, looking at the waiter. Mineta? What are you doing here? Mineta, I didn't come alone, Kaminari is also with me. We saw that there were jobs available, so we decided to apply and get some extra money, and also putting on a perverted smile, be able to go on dates with the pretty girls here. Seeing Melissa sitting next to Izuku. Midoriya, you lucky bastard, it wasn't enough for you with the beautiful Nijire. Now you also want to corner a beautiful American blonde. Starting to shake Izuku. Lida, arriving, running at high speed. Mineta leaves Midoriya. He must continue resting after the internship. Izuku, getting rid of Mineta. I already told you, Ida, I'm fine now. Besides, you were the most injured, so you shouldn't be running like that yet. Lida, you're right, it's good to see you here. Midoriya. Izuku, yes, after being in the hospital and being on an island, it's a big step forward. The two laughed. Melissa, are you going to UA too? Momo, yes, our companions too. Interrupted by a loud explosion. Nijire, what was that? Heading with her companions to the place of the explosion. Test stage. Announcer, time elapsed, 33 seconds, coming in 8th place. Izuku, arriving at the stadium and seeing his friend through the monitors. Kirishima? Presenter, well, now the next challenger will be. Izuku, looking at the participant. Bakugo? How did I get here? Presenter, alright, attack the villains. Ready? Now. Bakugo, generating explosions that were increasingly stronger, shiny, destroying all the robots. Presenter, this is incredible, I completed it in just 8 seconds. He's in 1st place. Bakugo, starting to approach the exit, but he sees Izuku at the bars and launches himself towards him, coming face to face, scaring everyone, especially Melissa. Why the buck are you here? Izuku, unfazed by Bakugo's sudden appearance, did you forget who won the sports festival? Oh wait, It was me looking defiantly at Bakugo. Kirishima, arriving with his companions. Izubro, try it, I'm sure you'll do very well. Bakugo, it will be useless, listen to me well. Damn Deku, I don't give a shit that you defeated the hero killer. If he lost against you, it's because he was a damn weakling. Remembering how he defeated that Nomu with a single blow, I am now much stronger than you. Izuku, stretching, just because I want to see your face of astonishment, I will do it. Nijire, you can do it. Izuku, crush it. Presenter, wow, we have a challenger who comes on the spur of the moment. What kind of results will I get? Izuku, chastiefol Holy Spear Mode 1. With his companions. Kirishima, it's always exciting to see him use chastiefol, he said excitedly. Melissa, chastiefol? Nijire, the spear that just appeared is chastiefol, pointing at Izuku. Melissa, how does he change to chastiefol? I remember that in the video where they defeated Stain he changed his spear. Nijire, it is her quirk. With disaster, she can invoke the properties of the sacred tree in chastiefol. Melissa, amazing, watching closely. In the sand? Izuku, chastiefol, smiling. Presenter, now. Izuku, Bumblebee chastiefol quickly went to a robot, then destroyed it, and continued with the others. Host, amazing 4 seconds, we have a first place winner. Everyone in the stadium was speechless. Bakugo could only clench his fists tightly. He was frustrated again. He had been surpassed again, and Melissa was speechless. She had seen chastiefol. In the video, chastiefol was seen, but not with this power. Izuku, returning to the stands, how did I do it? Arriving next to everyone. Melissa, approaching before anyone else. Izuku, that was really amazing. Izuku, thank you very much. Melissa, getting distracted by seeing large amounts of ice. Nijire, watching everything with a pout. Shuto, freezing all the robots with his ice. Presenter, unbelievable, 3 seconds and you're in first place. Melissa, wow, that boy is also strong. Izuku, that's right, it's Shuto Todoroki, another classmate of mine. Shuto, hello. Midoriya, approaching the group. Izuku, hello Todoroki, how are you? Shuto, you could say that well. Elsewhere. Island Gate 66, 3 p.m. Wolfram, speaking on the phone next to a gagged security guard. I received the merchandise as planned. What? All Might? Don't worry, we'll take care of it. Ending the call, so All Might is on this island. David's personal laboratory. David, analyzing All Might, surprised by the results. What's going on, Toshi? Watching All Might come out of the scanner. Why are your singularity levels dropping so drastically? Pointing to the graphs, even after suffering serious injuries during your fight against All for One, getting these results is too unusual. What the hell is wrong with your body? Worried. All Might, coughing, I've been a hero for a long time. It's obvious that my body couldn't hold out that much. I can't tell him the secret of One for All. I've already explained it to a lot, talking to him about All for One. David, at this rate the symbol of peace will be lost. The only reason Japan can keep its crime rate at 6% is because of you. Other countries have rates above 20%. I wish so many times that you would stay in the United States. All Might, approaching his friend, there is no need to be so pessimistic. There are many professional heroes with great ability, putting his hand on David's shoulder, and there are many people who support the heroes. Like you, I can still be All Might a few hours a day. David, but it is possible that another villain equal, or even much stronger than All for One will appear one day. All Might, David, even if that happens, I have no intention of ceasing to be the symbol of peace for now. Besides, remembering all his students, but especially his successor and Izuku, the new generation of heroes are already being formed. There is still hope. David, Toshinori, you trust people too much. I could help you continue your era with my latest invention, but if I give it to you without the council's authorization, I could lose my position and those hellish days would repeat themselves for my daughter. I'm very sorry, Toshinori. You're my best friend. But my daughter is the most important thing I have. Island Center. Izuku, flying thoughtfully. Melissa, walking next to the others, looking surreptitiously at Izuku. Uraraka, next to Melissa, do you like it? Nijire, paying attention to what he said. Melissa, WLI. Nijire, it's very cute, isn't it? Melissa blushed. Kirishima, hey look, let's go to that attraction. Izuku, she looks scary. And so the whole group of young people continued exploring all the different exhibitions that the island had to offer, and Nijire took the opportunity to talk more with Izuku. Time continued to pass until it was already 6 p.m. and different places were closing. One of those was the cafeteria where Mineta and Kaminari worked. Coffee. Mineta, sitting in front of the door, it's only the pre-opening and we're already so tired, can you imagine how we'll be tomorrow? Kaminari, bringing his hands above his head, stop, I don't want to think about that. Izuku, arriving with all his companions. Mineta, Kaminari, you did well. Lita, you both worked really hard today, huh? Approaching both of them, showing them some tickets. Mineta, what is this? Momo, invitations for the reception party. Jairu, Melissa, I'll save them for you. Uraraka, I thought we should all have fun together. Melissa, I had some extra, so please use them if you like. Mineta / Kaminari, crying, our hard work has been rewarded. Although Melissa wanted to spend more time alone with Izuku, she also didn't want to waste the opportunity to spend time with people her age, and so between Mineta and Kaminari's cries, Ida suggested that we all meet at the same time at the party reception in formal clothes, which everyone accepted and went to change. Central Tower, upper floors, security zone. Henchmen, locking the gag guards in a small room. We have them. There were 5 guards. Everything is going according to plan. Talking on the phone, the security system is still working. Wolfram, well, we'll start in a few minutes. Be ready. Hanging up, everything is fine. Putting on a mask, we'll move to Central Tower, reception. Izuku, passing through the door with Kirishima, seeing Ida, Mineta and Kaminari. Hi, sorry I'm late. Lita, don't worry, it's only been 2 minutes since the time we set. Looking at Izuku's suit. Midoriya, are you comfortable with your suit? You look suffocated. Izuku, really? Well, it's hot to be honest, but I like to wear it. Uraraka, arriving in a pink dress. We are sorry to be late. Momo, arriving in a long dress accompanied by Jairu. Sorry, we got too confident with time. Nijire, entering in a blue dress. Hello. Izuku, approaching him, do you like it? How do I look? Izuku, with a little blood on his nose. Damn, you look beautiful. Hugging her, and then reacting, and no. Wait, I didn't mean, grabbing her head while he was red as a tomato. Nijire, smiling and then blushing. Melissa, arriving, drawing everyone's attention. I was late too. Mineta, an angel has arrived, crying blood. Mineta, I hate you. Midoriya, you have a very beautiful harem. Jairu, they are hopeless, shaking his head. Melissa, approaching Izuku. Hi Izuku, I'm glad you came. Izuku, scratching his head aggressively and then coming out of that trance. Huh? Oh, hello Melissa. Melissa, the party is about to start. Are we all here? Izuku, it seems so. Melissa, okay, we can go in now. Safety zone. Henchman, speaking on the phone. Sir, we already have control of the island's security system. We are ready when you say so. Wolfram, on the other end of the call. Excellent, we'll wait a few more minutes until everyone at the party has their guard down. Henchman, yes sir, ending the call. Central Tower, party. Announcer, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Expo reception party. Let's make the number 1 hero, All Might, who is visiting us today, feel at home. Please everyone give him a big round of applause. Starting to applaud. All Might, a little uncomfortable by so much applause. David, I didn't come for this. David, it was obvious they would do this when they saw All Might here. Kaminari, at the entrance, looking at everything. Mineta, look, that buffet looks incredible. Let's wipe it out while we admire the heroines. Mineta, what a great idea. Let's go. Moving away from everyone. Lita, those two don't learn. Midoriya, aren't you going to stop them? You're the class vice president. Izuku, no, it's true that I'm the vice president of the class, but we're not in UA. In fact, we're not even in Japan right now. Lita, you're right, but I still won't allow them to damage the good name of the academy. Addressing them too. Uraraka, looking at the dessert table. I'll be right back. Those matchas on that table look delicious. Walking away. Momo, I see some of my parents' partners. I'll go say hello to them. Jairu, being the next head of your family is difficult. I'll go take a closer look at how those musicians play. Both of them walking away, leaving Izuku, Kirishima and Nijire. Izuku, oh yeah, don't worry. Kirishima, sorry old man, I'm a little hungry, but I'll look for you going to the food table. Izuku, oh yeah, don't worry. Nijire, do you want to dance Izuku? A little embarrassed. Izuku, I don't know how to dance. Nijire. Nijire, true, sorry. They were both blushing, while their companions were watching them furtively to see who would make the first move. Izuku, Nijire, I have something to tell you. Grabbing her hand, but first follow me. Nijire, smiling internally, it's okay. These two left the room to be followed by their companions who wanted to see the culmination of this situation. Outside the party hall. Izuku, Nijire, yo, clenching his fists. Since I was a child, I have felt things for a very special person to me. Nijire, Izuku, and that special person in my heart is you. Blushing as much as possible. Why you and me? Hideout from the outside. Momo, come on, tell him now. Jairu, with his jacks connected, come on Midoriya, let's go. Kirishima, you can bro, tell him how you feel. Melissa, what are we watching? Kirishima, Momo, Jairu and 3 others from the classroom threw themselves at Kirishima so he wouldn't ruin the atmosphere. Mina, whispering, shut up Aijiro, it's already the best part. Turning around to continue watching. Kirishima, whispering, let's see. With Izuku. Izuku, breathing deeply, I like you. Nijire, I like you a lot. Nijire, Izuku, yo, her eyes were shining. She had been waiting for this moment for a long time, but as always it had to end. Some alarms started to sound, distracting them. No, why right now? We have to go with the others to find out what is happening. Izuku, yes, a little sad. Attention, this is an announcement from I-Island security system. Explosives have been detected in the I-Expo area. I-Island will now be entering alert mode. Residents and tourists should return to their homes or accommodations. We will be safe as long as we follow the instructions. Anyone found outside within 10 minutes will be arrested without warning. Most main buildings will be closed by the security system. Mina, damn. Central Tower, party. Wolfram, entering with his team, pointing their weapons at all the guests. Just what you heard. We have taken control of the security system. If you think about opposing just by trying, showing on the screens the different security robots throughout the island, the security machines will show their fangs to all the innocent people on this island. All the people on this island are now hosts, of course. You are too, speaking through a communicator now. Coming out of the ground, the restraining devices trapped all the heroes, including All Might, who was slowly breaking free, but had to stop. Wolfram, shooting the ceiling with his gun, don't move, standing next to All Might. If you move even a little, I'll kill you all in a second. Kicking him and throwing him to the ground. All of you will do the same as All Might, and do what he tells you without making any noise, okay? Central Tower, reception. Lita, my phone has no signal. Izuku, it seems that all the entrances have been blocked. Analyzing the surroundings. Mineta, afraid, really? Jairu, trying to operate the elevator, this doesn't work either. Melissa, I don't think the security system went into alert mode just because an explosive was detected. Izuku, we have to go to the party. Lita, why? Izuku, something doesn't please me. I just want to see that all the guests are okay. Kaminari, what are you talking about? Midoriya, remember that All Might was there. Nijire, still, Zuzu is right. We have to make sure the guests are okay. Melissa, is there any way we can re-enter the party? Melissa, if we use the emergency stairs, I think we can get to the party. Nijire, please take us. Hotel. Inko, in her room, my phone has no signal. The internet doesn't work either. Turning on the TV only to see that there was no signal either. This doesn't work either. I hope you're okay. Izuku, looking at the Central Tower. Central Tower, party. Wolfram, don't worry, if you do what I tell you, I won't hurt you. I'm prepared to free you when the time is right. Extra hero, what's your goal? Wolfram, kicking him in the jaw. Was I not clear? I said silence. Receiving a call through a communicator. Okay, I see. understood, addressing Sam. You are an investigator in this place, right? Sam, scared. Why, yes. Wolfram, addressing a henchman. Take him away. David, stop standing in front. He's my assistant. What are you going to do with him? Wolfram, so the director of this island wants to be the hero. You will also go with them, Dr. Shield. David, what if I refuse? Wolfram, smiling in a macabre way. Then somewhere on this island, you will hear the screams of a blonde and you won't be able to avoid it. David, frustrated. Understood, I'll go. All Might, watching as the henchmen walked away with David and Sam. Can I defeat the villains and get the security system working again? I don't have much time left. Noticing a small light pointing at his eyes and looking where it came from, young Midoriya. Melissa? Izuku, okay, he saw us. Jiraiya, can you do it? Jiraiya, yes, plugging his jack into the ground. Melissa, signaling to All Might, please speak, we can hear you. All Might, can you hear me? It must be thanks to young Jiraiya, whispering. The villains have taken control of the security system and everyone on this island has become hostages. The heroes have also been captured. It is dangerous. They have to escape as soon as possible. Jiraiya, unplugging his jack, this is bad. Midoriya, let's go back to the others to inform them. Central Tower, emergency stairs. Mineta, no way, they even captured All Might. Zero, we want to help, but what can we do? We are just simple students. Jiraiya, we can't fight villains without our hero licenses. Dinky, what if we go out and tell the heroes outside? Melissa, I don't think it's possible. This place was built with the same level of security as the Tartarus prison where the most wanted villains are. Izuku, approaching Melissa. Melissa, how can we regain control of the security system? Kaminari, what are you talking about? We're not allowed to work as heroes yet. Izuku, and that means it's okay to do nothing? Kaminari, but Izuku, we have to save them. I don't care if we're doing something illegal. We are students and heroes. If we have the ability to do something good for someone, it is our responsibility to do so, and if a simple license prevents me from saving them, then what's the point of being a hero? Leaving everyone silent and some of them smiling. Melissa, Izuku, impressed. Izuku, Melissa, please help us. You know this place much better than anyone. You are the only one who can do something in this situation. Only you can fix the security system and be the heroine who saves all the people on this island. Melissa, thinking for a few seconds. The security system of this island is on the top floor of this tower. If the villains have taken control of the system, then the authentication locks and passwords should be disabled. We should be able to restart the system. We just have to get away from the eyes of the villains and get to the top floor, and maybe we can save them all. Izuku, smiling. Melissa, thank you. Nijire, the villains must have stood guard on the upper floors. Kirishima, not counting all the cameras in the hallways. Momo, in that case we just have to act as stealthily as possible so that they don't detect us. Uraraka, we have to do it. I don't want to just sit around doing nothing. If there's something we can do. Kaminari, wait, what the hell are you talking about? Didn't you see that those villains managed to capture All Might himself? Izuku, Kaminari, no one here will force you to participate. You can stay here until we finish. Kaminari, why? Why are you doing all this? Kirishima, that's very obvious. Smiling, because we all want to be heroes. Melissa, they really are amazing. Seeing all of Izuku's friends around her. Central Tower, party. All Might, looking up again, seeing only Aijiro. Young Kirishima, seeing his eyes. Those eyes, don't tell me he's not running away. He's very dangerous. Aijiro, shaking his head and walking away from the place. All Might, young Kirishima, he will do it. As a hero, I know that I must reproach him for the actions he is taking. Smiling, but if you don't move at a time like this, you are not a hero. Central Tower, security room. Henchman, entering with David and Sam. I already brought them, taking off his helmet. Henchman 2, sitting at the computer. Hurry up and unlock the vault. Henchman, how cocky, activating his quirk by turning his hand into a kind of blade and bringing it close to David's neck. You heard him. If you don't want to die, hurry up and do it. David, looking at Sam. You understood. Henchman, deactivating his quirk, join them, giving the order to 2 other extra henchmen. Extra minions, taking David and Sam. Central Tower, emergency stairs. Lita, this is the 30th floor. Izuku, Melissa, which floor should we go to? Melissa, 200th floor. Nijire, really? Everyone goes back up. Uraraka, seeing a very tired Melissa, we're only on the 50th floor, do you want me to use my quirk on you? Melissa, no, calm down, I'm fine, save your power for when we need it, taking off her heels and going back upstairs. Mina, reaching the 80th floor and running into a wall, it's blocked, what do we do? Do we destroy it? Melissa, tired, if we do it, the security system will react and the villains will be able to locate us. Mineta, in that case, let's go this way, opening a door. Izuku, Mineta. Melissa, don't do it. Central Tower, security room. Henchman 2, watching an alarm go off. Henchman, what's wrong? Henchman 2, a door opened on the 80th floor. Minion, did you make any mistakes while scanning each floor? Henchman 2, watching through the cameras, everyone running through the hallways and warning his boss. Wolfram, speaking through the communicator, activate all the robots on the 80th floor, addressing 2 extra henchmen, you stay here, leaving the party, things are getting complicated. I have to make sure I get that invention. Central Tower, 80th floor, hallway. Nijire, running next to everyone, is there any other way to go up? Melissa, there are other emergency stairs at the other end of this floor. Lita, hurry up, stopping as she saw several walls come down in the hallway. Midoriya. Izuku, yes, Guardian grabbed one of those walls so they could keep running. Lita, destroying a door to enter a room, let's go through here. Toru, what is this place? Melissa, a plant factory, here they investigate how quirks can influence plants. Jiru, wait, look at that elevator, someone's going up. Mineta, scared, are the villains following us? Kaminari, and whose fault is it? Mineta, I already said I was sorry. Izuku, leave that for later, for now let's hide. Kaminari, whispering, couldn't we use the elevator? Melissa, impossible, if they see us inside they would simply let go, and we would fall to the first floor. Extra henchmen, getting out of the elevator, they said those kids were on this floor walking a few steps until they saw someone. I found you, you damn kid. Bakugo, what did you say, damn? Izuku, Bakugo? Extra minions, what are you doing here, brat? Bakugo, that's none of your business, damn it, making explosions. Extra henchman 1, activating his quirk by firing an air bullet at Bakugo, I can see through you, so don't lie to me. Shuto, creating a large block of ice, stopping the attack. Bakugo, two-faced, I could handle him. Shuto, seeing how they destroyed their ice, we will stop them here for a while, creating an ice column under everyone and starting to raise them, find a route to get to the top floor. Izuku, Todoroki, could he see us? Shuto, you're not that discreet, go away. Bakugo, damn Deku, what are you doing here? Shuto, trust us, raising them to a platform at the top of the floor. Bakugo, what the hell is going on, damn it? Shuto, didn't you hear the broadcast? The villains took control of this tower. Extra minion 1, opening a path in the ice, passing with his partner. Shuto, don't let your guard down. Bakugo, shut up, I already know. Extra henchman 2, kids, activating his quirk, turning into a purple muscle monster, don't get carried away. Starting a battle in which Shuto fought against the air bullet minion and Bakugo against the minion. Minions, you're not normal kids, are you? Who are you? Bakugo, so if I were going to call you a damn villain, approaching the villain. After that, everyone continued to climb without any problem, not knowing that the villains had already discovered that they were all students from the UA Academy, and when Wolfram learned that one of those children was Izuku Midoriya, he could only smile and ordered all the security robots to be regrouped on the upper floors. Central Tower, 130th floor, laboratory. Uraraka, looking through a glass in the door, there are so many of them. Ida, it seems that the enemy has changed tactics, it seems that they are now trying to capture us. Izuku, I'm sure they must have found out that we're UA students. Momo, if we want to finish off all those robots once and for all, the best thing to do is to use the plan we made at USJ again by creating an insulating mesh. Kaminari, okay, I'll do my best leaving, running straight towards the robots and activating his quirk 1.3 million volts. Melissa, inside the mesh wait, those robots are resistant to electric shocks. Kaminari, watching the robots getting closer in that case 2 million volts. Jairu, idiot, you already heard Melissa say that. Kaminari, entering idiot mode being captured. Jairu, it will make you twice as stupid. Nijair, we have no choice, Izuku plan B. Momo, creating several grenades and throwing them we can obstruct their communications with this creating many more grenades and Melissa, Uraraka and Jaira through them. Izuku Mineta now. Mineta, throwing his spheres trapping the first robots, and they began to collide with each other give us back Kaminari seeing how some jumped following his path it can't be. Izuku, boost blades were aimed at the robots destroying them. Lida, taking advantage of the opportunity to recover Kaminari it's our chance, let's keep going up. Central Tower, 138th floor, server room. Lida, seeing more robots coming out through a door another trap? Kirishima, I'm going to finish them off expelling rays from his body. Melissa, wait, if the servers are damaged, the security system's functionalities will also be affected. Mineta, how many of them are there? Watching more robots fall from the ceiling. Momo, you have to go, we will face them. Lida, Midoriya, go with Melissa and find another way. Nijair, Izuku, you have to get there safely, we'll take care of it, save this island with Melissa. Izuku, Nene, Momo, Ida, Kirishima with a determined look. Okay, be careful, come on Melissa. Melissa, Ochako, come with us. Dodging a few Izuku robots in the company of Melissa and Uraraka, they had escaped from the server room, where all their other companions gained as much time as possible for themselves. Unfortunately, this was not much because Ida had run out of fuel, Momo reached her creation limit, Mineta was already bleeding from his head. Central Tower, exterior. Uraraka, where are we? Izuku, why are we here? Melissa, if we go up the tower, the security machines are probably waiting to ambush us, so we'll go straight to the top from here. If we can get to that emergency exit pointing to a small exit many meters high, if we use Ochako's quirk we could get there. Uraraka, yes, leave it to me. Melissa, hold on to Midoriya. Melissa, yes, hugging Izuku from behind. Uraraka, touching both of them on the shoulders and activating her quirk, come on, throwing them as far as she could, good, turning her head upon hearing how large number of robots had arrived. It can't be. Izuku, worried Uraraka. Melissa, deactivate your quirk and escape. Uraraka, I can't. If I do, then we won't be able to save them all. Melissa, Ochako, seeing how they were about to attack her. Shuto, arriving and destroying the robots with his ice. Are you okay? Uraraka, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Todoroki, Midoriya and Melissa are heading upstairs right now. Shuto, we will take care of preventing them from reaching them, destroying other robots with their fire. Bakugo, these bastards just keep coming out, destroying all the robots, angry because they kept appearing. Izuku, looking at them seriously, thank you. Melissa, Izuku, we're going to hit the wall. Izuku, don't worry, I can fly, starting to move on his own. Melissa, yes, but not me, almost crashing into the wall. Izuku, shit right, fossilization. His spear changed into a golden-tipped spear which turned the wall into stone. Guardian destroyed the wall. Izuku grabbed Melissa and entered that hole. Uraraka, they entered the tower, joining their hands to release. Izuku, floating while carrying Melissa, preventing her from falling. Melissa, blushed because their faces were so close with a little bit of shame. Izuku, are you okay? Izuku, I'm fine, what about you? Melissa, don't worry, just a few scratches. See, can you put me down? Izuku, ah yes, lowering it, and then moving his left hand. Chastiefol collided with a minion who had a blade quirk. Henchman tried to reach Izuku, but Chastiefol blocked him. Unruly boys. Izuku, covering himself with Chastiefol, what is your objective? Henchman, don't pretend to be heroes, turning his other arm into a blade to attack Izuku, who covered himself with Chastiefol again. Stupid thing. Izuku, You didn't answer my question. Melissa, trying to go unnoticed. Henchman, where do you think you're going? Pushing Melissa, cutting her in the process. Stay on the ground, you damn hitch. Izuku, chastiefol went to the henchman, hitting his abdomen, causing him to crash and become unconscious. Are you okay, Melissa? Melissa, looking at her arm. It's nothing. Izuku, calm down, I'll take care of it. Chastiefol returned to her side. Sacred Spear. Chastiefol. Mode 8. Pollen Garden. A green sphere surrounded Melissa, causing her wound to close little by little. Ready. Melissa, thank you so much. Izuku, you are so cool. Izuku, he's scratching his neck. Thanks. Having finished, they went to the 200th floor, where as soon as they arrived, 2 extra henchmen greeted them by firing their weapons, but with an increase. Nothing that did not stop them. But before arriving, they saw someone. Melissa, looking at who was inside. Dad? Why is he here? Izuku, did the villains bring him here to force him to do something? Melissa, worried we have to save him. Izuku, yes, sneaking up. Central Tower, Vault. David, in front of the computer. I was able to unlock it. Go to block 1147. Sam, why yes. David, I'll open it. Sam, taking the briefcase and seeing its contents. I did it, Professor, everything is here. David, frustrated. Damn, I don't know how the villains found out. Starting to shed tears. I know perfectly well what this invention can cause in the hands of the villains, but my daughter, my little Melissa, she's the only thing that matters to me. Sam, Professor, you? David, wiping away tears. Sorry about that, but now we can be safe. Sam, smiling in a macabre way. He's a complete idiot. Haha, everything is going according to plan. David, huh? Sam, what are you talking about? Melissa, entering next to Izuku. Sam, did you organize all this? Unable to believe it. Sam, oh miss, how did I get here? Well, that doesn't matter now. David, Sam, answer me, why did you do this? Why did you lie to me? Sam, with a mocking smile. Simple, for glory. Seeing the device he was making, I assumed it would take him to glory. But he put the research on hold. He didn't want money, fame, none of that. He just wanted to help his stupid daughter and All Might. That's why I'll put my name on his invention and be taken to glory. Izuku, do you think you'll become famous with just one invention? What if they ask you for another invention that you can't create because your ingenuity and intellect don't allow it? Sam, shut up, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Izuku, you're right. I'm not. Chastiefol began to turn next to him. I just know that what you're doing is wrong and I have to stop you now. Besides, they interrupted a very important moment for me. Sacred Spear. Chastiefol mode is interrupted by a piece of metal that sent him straight into the wall. What the? Wolfram, arriving and activating his quirk, immobilizing Izuku on the wall, covering him from his mouth down. Izuku, a quirk, which allows him to manipulate metal. This is bad. He can use the entire artificial island as a weapon. Melissa, Izuku trying to help him free himself. Wolfram, I'll take care of you later, kid. First, Sam, what about the device? Sam, here standing in front, we can now fulfill the deal. Wolfram, of course, pointing his gun at him. Here is your reward, shooting him in the head. David, running to be in front of Melissa. You already have what you wanted, you can go now. Izuku, moving his hands, making Chastiefol cut the metal. Wolfram, wow, you are tough, touching the ground, enveloping Izuku even more, just like that man said, approaching David and hitting him in the stomach. One is not enough. What you will do now is mass produce them for me, hitting him in the back of the neck, making him faint. Melissa, Dad running to help him by instinct. Wolfram, hitting her with the butt of the gun in the face, throwing her to the ground. It's true, the brat. I have to get rid of all the teacher's ties, pointing the gun at her. Izuku, cutting all the metal to move his hand again, directing Chastiefol to Wolfram. Wolfram, creating a thick metal wall which is completely destroyed, causing a cut on his cheek. Izuku, Melissa, I'll take care of it, you save everyone else. Melissa, in tears, she runs to the control room. Wolfram, follow her, don't let her escape, addressing his only henchman at his side. Izuku, Guardian, hitting the henchman, knocking him unconscious. Wolfram, don't get carried away, throwing many columns at him, burying him in the ground, but the Guardian protected him. Damn, he's too hard. Melissa, Arriving at the security room computer, I trust Izuku. That's why I'm going to save you all, restarting the security system, returning it to normal. Wolfram. Shit, I managed to return the security system to normal, leaving there to go to the landing zone. The entire island security system is operating in normal mode. Hotel. Reporter. This is our chance now that the robots are retreating from getting the scoop on what happened, leaving the hotel accompanied by the cameraman. Inko. Also leaving the hotel to check on her son. Central Tower, helicopter. Wolfram. Carrying David on his shoulder, the helicopter? Minion, you have landed. Wolfram. Let's get out of here, heading to the roof. Izuku. Buried in the columns, they will most likely escape by air. I have to go to the roof, I have to save Dr. Shield. Chastiefol destroyed everything. Rooftop. Henchman. In front of the helicopter. Boss, what happened to the others? Wolfram. Forget about them. We're leaving before the heroes arrive. Minions. Why yes, turning on the helicopter. Wolfram. Getting on board with David and the briefcase. Izuku. Increased several blades, destroyed the ground, and Izuku got out of there. Give back the teacher. Wolfram. I see. Have you come to recover this man who is a great asset to this island? Izuku. No, I'm here to get a father back, flying faster towards him. Wolfram. Touching the ground, well, tell that poor girl that you're not going to get anyone back, throwing multiple metal pillars at her, starting to attract the attention of everyone below. Izuku. Shut up, dodging and destroying some of the columns thrown at him. That's what heroes do, they save people who are in trouble. Wolfram. What did you say? Pointing his gun at David, making Izuku stop. David. Regaining consciousness. Don't worry about me, just get Melissa safe. Wolfram. Wow, it's a big deal to be a hero. Watching several press helicopters approaching, I didn't do much, and now you can't move, and the best thing of all is that the world will see you fail getting back on. Let's go. Izuku. Look behind you. Wolfram turned to see the guardian behind him, who hit him in the face, releasing the professor. Minions. Boss starting to rise. Reporter. Ladies and gentlemen, from what we can see, a battle is taking place on the roof of the central tower. Unfortunately, we still do not have the identities of those subjects. As soon as we have more information, we will keep you informed. David. Midoriya, please run away. That villain is very strong, and if he uses my invention, he will be invincible. I beg you to run away and keep my daughter safe. Izuku. Don't worry, Professor, I'll take care of saving him. You're going to keep your daughter safe. Watching Wolfram get up. Wolfram. I admit you are a hero, pointing his gun at him, but you are an idiot. All Might. Jumping to a height greater than the helicopter. Everything is fine now. Why? Smiling, because I'm here. I'll make you return, my great friend. Jumping directly to the helicopter, villain hitting it, making it explode and taking David and Izuku to the roof. Reporter. It's All Might, and it seems that he has rescued the leader of the island, Dr. David Shield, from a kidnapping, and it also seems that he has saved the champion of the sporting event, Izuku. Midoriya. Melissa, running to hug David. Dad. David. Melissa hugging her. All Might. Everything is fine now, being sent flying away after being hit by a metal community much larger than before. Wolfram. Catching David and wrapping him in several cables. Damn, Sam. He said that All Might's quirk was diminishing and that he no longer had the power he once had, appearing, carrying David's invention, while his voice began to distort. Izuku. He's using the professor's device. All Might. Spitting blood as his body begins to expel smoke. Shit. My time is running out, and now I have the press watching. I have to finish this quickly, not knowing when to give up, right? Launching at high speed. Texas smash. Wolfram. Smiling as he creates a wall that perfectly resists All Might's blow. All Might. What? Wolfram. What the hell was that? Hitting him with several columns. This power feels incredible, starting to raise several pieces of metal throughout the rooftop as expected from something created by David Shield. I can feel how my quirk is getting much stronger. Ha ha ha, this is good. This thing is great. Seeing several helicopters and a large crowd around the tower now. To increase the price of this device, why do we do a demonstration of how I can finish off All Might? All Might. Barely dodging gigantic metal columns which could withstand his blows. Reporter. It can't be. All Might is losing? Causing all the people who were watching to start panicking due to the appearance of such a powerful villain. Izuku, using augmentation to protect Melissa and the teacher. Wolfram, get crushed to death at once, throwing multiple comments at him simultaneously. Shuto, freezing all the columns. Bakugo, go to hell, throwing multiple explosions at him. How can you get hit by such a pathetic final boss? All Might. All Might, young Bakugo. Reporter, this is not over yet. Katsuki Bakugo, that young man who came in second place in the sports festival, and Shuto Todoroki, the son of the number 2 hero Endeavor, and not only them, several students from the UA Academy have come to help. There is still hope. All Might, with my students so motivated, I can't be held back by a stupid limit. I need to push my limits and go further. Ultra Plus, hitting all the columns, deflecting them and launching himself directly at the villain. Get ready, villain being stopped by several steel cables. Wolfram, taking All Might by the neck as his muscles grew. You say I should prepare myself? About to grab All Might's wound, but a redhead appeared and hit Wolfram, preventing him from doing more damage to All Might for the moment. Kirishima, leave All Might alone with red rays surrounding him. Wolfram, stupid kid, you're going to die here. When he was about to attack, a tremor was felt throughout the city. What the hell is going on? Izuku, leaving Melissa and the teacher with his companions. What is this power that I feel? He said in panic and looking at the sea. Why? Why is it such a terrifying power? Nijire, Izuku arriving with the others. Are you okay? Seeing that Izuku did not respond. What's wrong, Izuku? Izuku only turned to look at her to go to the sea. What's wrong? Ida, what's wrong? Turning towards the sea and seeing something giant white approaching. Wolfram, a defense mechanism? It's not going to work against me. Throwing several pillars that hit the monster but did nothing to it. It's resistant. Die, throwing more pills at it, but they did nothing to it. The monster, upon seeing Wolfram, generated a beam from his mouth and then fired it, hitting Wolfram, turning him into ashes. Melissa, what is that thing? Watching as it came closer and closer. Mineta, we're going to die. All Might, leaning on Kirishima and Shuji. David, deploy the robots. David, yes, pressing a button that deployed several robots from the building that were directed at the monster. The monster, realizing that the robots were about to head towards him, destroyed them all with a swipe of his hand, destroying the city a bit in his wake. Momo, backing away scared. He's destroying our island. Melissa, we have to get out of here. Everyone has already evacuated. We're the only ones missing. Seeing how the monster was preparing another attack and closed its eyes for the impact. But nothing happened. Yellow rays attacked him directly in the face. Mina, what was that? Nijire, it's Izuku's sunflower, smiling. They saw how Izuku was on top of the sunflower which was pointing at the monster. Mineta, we're saved. Shuto, watching as the monster prepared a lightning bolt. Everyone take cover, creating an ice dome. Izuku, sacred spear, chastiefol, moving his hands, mode for sunflower. The two rays impacted, causing Izuku to fly and hit the tower. Nijire, her smile disappeared. Izuku. All Might, he won't be able to defeat him alone. He needs help trying to get up, but his wound didn't allow him to. Momo, but who? We are not strong enough to help him. Seeing how Izuku got up again. Don't do it, covering her mouth. Melissa, starting to shed tears. Nijire, Izuku, stop. With Izuku. Izuku, I will not allow you to damage this place. Rising with chastiefol, sacred spear, chastiefol, mode 3. Guardian, the bear went to Albion and tried to hit him, but the blows did not do any damage. Bumblebee. The bear turned into a spear and headed towards the monster, attacking its face but only causing small scratches. The monster, fed up, attacked Izuku directly. Izuku, falling and raising his arm. I don't plan on losing. Against this monster. Mode 5 boost. The blades headed towards the monster, which only with a lightning bolt deflected them all, causing Izuku to fall. I can't lose here. I want to go with her again. I want to go with Nijire. And that he felt someone hug him from behind. What's happening? Looking at who was behind him. Nijire. Nijire, no more, please don't keep fighting. Izuku, Nijire, please, only I can do it. Seeing how a flame headed towards the monster. What are you doing? Turning to see his companion. Stop now. Nijire, let's go. Izuku, he was only distracted for a second before we left. Izuku, why? Nijire, because I love you. I've loved you since we were kids. If something were to happen to you, I wouldn't forgive myself, please. Let's go. Izuku's mind. You're right, my friend. Izuku, but. You must leave while your friends hold him back. You are the fairy king, but be selfish just once. Izuku, but that monster is very powerful. Seeing you fight without fear has helped them want to fight. Turning to look at them, since you met them, you have sacrificed a lot for them. Izuku, remembering the USJ incident. Could you think about yourself for a bit, won't you? Go home with that beautiful blue-haired girl, smiling. Izuku, shedding a tear. Thank you. Out of Izuku's mind. Izuku, forcibly stopping Nijire. Nijire, Izuku? What's happening? Smiling when he saw Izuku's attitude. Izuku, stretching out his hand just one more time. I won't give up. Sacred treasure, break free. Chastiefol surrounded himself with a golden aura along with Izuku and began to shine while the monster looked at him, and Nijire and her companions looked at him in surprise. Izuku, damn, you must know that I am a very greedy king. It will not be just island. He focuses on the entire island, nor my comrades. Izuku's friends are seen all injured. Also Nijire, focusing on Nijire, smiling. My wish, it's only to protect what I love. The aura intensified. I could not protect them, but you continued to protect them. All Might will also be you. All Might is seen trying to fight. The spear shines brighter and changes its form. Everyone looked at him in surprise because he went from being a small spear to being a giant golden spear, except for one person. King was smiling, while the monster's eyes only shrank. Izuku, go throw true chastiefol. The monster approached Izuku, throwing his arm, making chastiefol head towards the monster, forming a giant cross. When the red cross disappeared, the monster was ashes and Izuku was unconscious, falling. Nijire. Izuku flying quickly towards him, grabbing him in the air. You did excellent. Rest, you deserve it, kissing his forehead. Everyone was calmer. Wolfram was defeated, not by them but because he was stopped. The professor's invention no longer exists, so it will not fall into the wrong hands. Izuku defeated the monster that was causing them many problems. Everything was normal. They were grateful to him. The next day. Izuku, leaning on the railing looking at the sea. Did he declare his love for me? The girl I liked declared her love for me? Holding his head while shaking it. Nijire, Izuku, what are you doing? Izuku, me? Blushing with embarrassment. Well, nothing? Nijire, so can I accompany you to do nothing? Izuku, yes? What the hell do I do? Watching how Nijire leaned on the railing so that the breeze moved her hair and gave her a beautiful profile. How beautiful. Nijire, blushing at what he said. Thank you. Izuku, smiling while looking at the sea. Nijire, regarding yesterday, please forget it. Nijire, I don't want to. Smiling. Izuku, why not? Nijire, because I like you too, she said as if nothing. I want to be with you. Izuku, what? Fainting from the shock. 10 or 15 minutes later. Izuku, waking up while playing with his fingers. I had a very nice dream. I dreamed that Nijire returned my feelings. Nijire, it wasn't a dream, seeing Izuku lying on her thighs. Izuku, what? Blushing, so would you like to be my boyfriend? Nijire, giving him a kiss on the lips. Does that answer your question? Blushing like Izuku, but he fainted. Izuku's POV. Well, the day passed with some tranquility. Nijire is now my girlfriend. It's surprising. I went out with her on Island. Although the press wouldn't leave me alone since they saw that I was the one with the golden spear, I managed to escape by flying with Nijire. I heard somewhere that they are going to make a statue in my honor. Island, airport, next day. Uraraka, getting on a plane. Hey Yamamoto, are your parents really okay with us using their private jet to get everyone back? Momo, yes, they told me they would stay here a few more days, so there is no problem loading her luggage. Jiru, Yamamoto, tell your parents thank you. Momo, if there is no problem, we are all friends. Izuku, holding Nijire's hand. Our adventure in Island ended. Nijire, it was a lot of emotions for me, but I'm glad I came. Izuku, same, hugging her. Nijire approaching her to kiss her. Shuto, Midoriya, we already seeing how Izuku was frowning. Am I interrupting something? Nijire, smiling nothing. Todoroki getting on the plane. Let's go. Zuzu watching Melissa arrive. Melissa, wait. Arriving and breathing heavily. Before you leave, I wanted to thank you for everything you did, for the island and protecting it. Smiling, thank you. Izuku, there's nothing to be thankful for. After all, we all want to be heroes, don't we guys? Class 1A, yes? Izuku, well, we're leaving now. Melissa, take care boarding the plane. Melissa, Miss Nijire stopping Nijire, who turned to look at her. I may have taken the lead with Izuku, but I will not be left behind. Nijire, smiling at him. Good luck with that. Getting on the plane and hugging Izuku. The plane left the island to head to Japan to then see a half-built statue of Izuku in chastiefol. Thank you, Fairy King. End. Location unknown. AFO, well, Doctor, will those plans be useful to you? Dr. Garaki, more than useful, they are perfect with the quirk amplifier. You will be able to have an exercise with your quirks amplified. AFO, with the quirk amplifier and the samples we got from Albion, the heroes won't be able to stop us. The one we sent to Island was just a prototype. What awaits the heroes? La 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 la. In the darkness you could see the same monster as in Island, one red and one gray, but these ones look dead and missing some of their parts. Chapter 13. At the UA. Izuku, walking next to Nijire holding hands. You know, Nene, everyone is looking at me with hatred. It seems like they want to kill me. Nijire, it's because most of them wanted to be with me and I rejected them. Smiling. Izuku, what? And why did you reject them? Nijire, touching his nose. Because I was waiting for you, silly. Izuku, true, grabbing her by the waist and giving her a kiss. I love you. Nijire, you did it for others, right? Izuku, maybe turning to see how the others looked at him with envy. Nijire, I love you, but we already have class. Izuku, okay, standing up to kiss her on the forehead. See you in a bit. The two of them went their separate ways to their respective living rooms. Class 1A. Kirishima, hello Izubro. The others, upon seeing Izuku, approached him to talk. How are you? Izuku, good. Momo, after that attack, you were left unconscious. Izuku, I would assume it was from overusing my quirk. Denki, but you shined. Izuku, it was something light. Mineta, you also shouted, true chastiefol lance. Izuku, wait, did I shout that? I mean chastiefol. Snapping his fingers and his spear appeared. Isn't this his true form? Shuto, what if the other one doesn't either? Because you always say, holy spear chastiefol, in an attack, and now you said, true spear chastiefol. Izuku, go to the Shuto point. Shuto, what if the other and true transformation of your spear is true chastiefol spiritual spear? Everyone looked at him in surprise. Izuku, I'm surprised and intrigued. Mina, have a point. Aizawa, entering the room and looking at Izuku. Midoriya, with all the power and fame you're receiving, I hope it doesn't go to your head. Izuku, sitting no teacher. Aizawa, I waited. Now, as you know, summer vacation is approaching. Most shouted excitedly, but you are at UA, and you don't have time to relax, so in these 30 days of vacation we will stay in the mountains. Siro, we'll challenge each other. Mina/Toru, the hot springs. Momo, fireworks. Mina, the bathrooms. Aijiro, summer vacation means curry. Denki/Mineta, food and bed with the entire class. Momo, hot springs. Aizawa, activating his quirk and starting to raise his hair. However, if any of you were to fail the end of term exams by a hair's breadth, you'll be locked up in the school in a leveling hell. Izuku, scared. Let's do our best. Bakugo, looking seriously at Izuku. I'm falling way behind, damn it. Unknown place. AFO, looking at various screens with Izuku's battles. I never thought that the hero killer would be captured and that Wolfram would fail. But most things go as planned. Turning to look at how David's invention was being built, and how they tried to replicate the demons, the idiots who just want to go wild, and those who sympathize. All kinds of people look for the League of Villains as a place where they can uncover their impulses. Tamura Shigaraki, his position is to unify them and supervise them. Dr. Garaki, I wonder if the boy can make it. I think things would really be more advanced if you had appeared earlier, sensei. AFO, haha, if so, bandage me faster, doctor. Dr. Garaki, if only I had gotten my hands on super regeneration 5 years earlier. AFO, okay, I'll let Tamura do the hard work for now. In the meantime, enjoy your freedom, heroes. Class 1A. Kaminari, I haven't studied at all. Scared with the sports festival, internships, and Island. I never stopped to study. Sato, talking to Koda, the midterm exams didn't cover much, but now with the end of term exams they will be very different. Izuku, come on guys, cheer up. Fulfilling his role as vice president, don't you want to go to that camp? Lita, yes, moving her arm like a robot. Shuto, you don't look worried. Midoriya. Izuku, if you pay attention to all the classes, you shouldn't worry lying on chastiefol. Kaminari, feeling his words like stakes. Momo, guys, getting her friend's attention. I might be willing to help you with the things you read in class at my house. Getting a little depressed, although the practical part, on the other hand, not so much. Jairu, can you help me? Coming closer. I'm not that bad, but I always have trouble applying quadratic functions. Kirishima, coming closer. Yayorozu, please help me too. Ojiro, me too, please. Izuku, do you need help? Momo? I know you're the smartest one in the class, but it must still be hard to explain several different subjects at once. Momo, excited, yes, of course. Cafeteria, line to buy. Izuku, reading the menu in the written part of the exam. I hope we don't have any problems, but as for the practical exam. Kirishima, I don't think he's that crazy. Ida, Aizawa sensei said it was going to be a general summary of everything we've seen in the semester. Shuto, but he didn't say anything other than that. Nijire, putting her head on top of Izuku's. What are you talking about, Suzu? Izuku, Nene, we talked about our end-of-term exam. Nijire, it's true that you are in exam time. You have the practical and the written exam. Ida, good morning, Miss Nijire. Shuto, good morning. Izuku, well, yeah, like I was saying, guys, we have to be prepared for the written exam and be in good physical condition for the practice. He is interrupted by an attempted blow to his head but is covered by chastiefol. Monoma, where did this pillow come from? Nijire, who are you? Looking at him seriously. Izuku, you look familiar to me. Looking at him seriously. Ida, Monoma, what do you think you're doing? Izuku, who? Monoma, clearly you weren't going to remember me. After all, what can you expect from someone who only seeks to get into trouble to get attention? Pointing at Midoriya, since the sports festival you have not stopped hogging the spotlight. First the USJ incident, then the sports festival. As if that weren't enough, you defeated the hero killer, and also that guy from Island. Are you trying to prove that you are better than everyone? Izuku, first, it was obvious that I wasn't going to remember you. I don't remember weak and unimportant people. Second, all the problems that appear, what did you expect? That it would be a path full of roses? Only students to heroes. It is obvious that we are going to live surrounded by situations like that. If you are not prepared to live that, I recommend that you leave this academy, rookie. Monoma, unfortunate, receiving a blow to the back of the neck. Kendo, Monoma, it's not funny. Do you know everything that has happened? Leaving Monoma on the floor. Forgive him, he is, you know. Izuku, it's a pain to deal with that kind of people, but don't worry, we understand you. Kendo, thank you, well, we'll see you soon. Nice to meet you. Dragging Monoma away. Izuku, yes, see you later. Paying for his food and going to sit with his friends. Well, as I was saying, we have to be prepared for the exam. Remembering something, Nene, the aforementioned, turned to look at him while eating. You already took the exam, right? Nijire, yes, Suzu. Izuku, what did you do in the exam we're going to have right now? Nijire, as far as I remember, it was like in the entrance exam for the UA, that is, with robots. Izuku, I see, thank you very much. Nen, the aforementioned, smiled at him. Kirishima, doesn't this count as cheating? Izuku, nope, one of the qualities of a hero is to get information, and we already got the information. Ida, that's right, thanks Midoriya. And so everyone went back to eat until the bell rang and they had to return to their classroom. Class 1A, end of classes. Kaminari, seriously? Well, if it's just robots, it'll be a trip to the park. Mina, yes, we can win against robots no matter what. It will be easy. Izuku, don't be so confident. Remember that since we entered the academy they have always surprised us. Bakugo, heading to the door, who cares if they're robots or whatever? I'll pass this test. Izuku, looking at him seriously. Bakugo, leaving the room with a serious look. Aizawa, seeing everything hidden these two. Time skip. UA Academy, front of the test fields. Aizawa, the practical test will start soon in front of all your students in your hero costumes. Obviously you can also fail this test, so, if you want to go to the camp, I hope not to see embarrassing performances from you. Jiro, why are there so many teachers? Seeing almost all of his teachers next to Aizawa. Aizawa, I have no doubt that you learned everything you could before the test, so I think you have some idea of what is to come. Mina, yes, just like the entrance exam. It will be like a game with only robots. I can already see the fireworks, the curry, the challenges. Nizu, coming out of Aizawa's bandages, surprising everyone. Sorry, I'm afraid not, due to various reasons. We are going to change the content of the test, starting today. Jairu, director, what do you mean? Nizu, coming down from Aizawa, being helped by 13 Good, remembering a meeting a few hours before. Meeting room. Sniper, fear of a rising villain, you say? Nizu, naturally, continuing with what was planned would be ideal, but as director of this school I must do everything possible for the safety of my students. Every time society will see an increase in open battles against villains, which are already beginning. Sniper, I agree, robot battle trials are nowhere near real-world battles. We had always used them to begin with, to avoid complaints about putting people in danger. Aizawa, it's okay if we ignore them, anyway, they're just complaining for the sake of it. Nizu, from now on we will focus our tests on battles with people, and emphasize the teaching environment to something closer to real battles. Sennis, in that case that boy Midoriya already has an advantage over his companions, and apparently in his last fight his power is enormous. Would it be safe? Nizu, young Midoriya must learn to control all his power, and we would fail as an academy if we do not help him achieve this. But do not worry, I already know who he can face. UA Academy at the forefront of testing grounds. Nizu, leaving aside the memories, we will make them form teams of 3 or 2 to face one of the teachers, making almost all the students nervous. Izuku, hey director, I think that as a being different from this world, so to speak, my base power is going to evolve, or so I think. Nizu, it doesn't matter, young Midoriya, you still have to know how to control your power. Izuku, okay. Uraraka, against our teachers? Nizu, now, who they will be paired with and which master they will fight has already been decided. Aizawa, the way they move, their grades, their degree of familiarity, and their combat power, we have personally judged how they will be matched based on all of this, and we will list the fights now. First Todoroki and Yaoyorozu against me. And Midoriya, you are with Bakugo as a team, unwillingly surprising both, and as for who will be his opponent. All Might, arriving in front of both, I'm here now, cooperate, and come against me to win. Izuku, should I see? Aizawa, the others will be like this. Mina Denki Kaminari versus the director. Number 13 goes Uraraka and Aoyama. Present Mike versus Gyros/Koda. Ectoplasm goes to Ajiri and Tokoemi. Snipe and Taurus/Shuji. Cementos versus Satu and Kirishima. Power Loader goes Ida and Ojiro. If I miss some, I'm sorry. Aizawa, the 10 teams will share the same field but in different sections. The general idea is that you will fight with a teacher, and the way to pass the exam is that you manage to capture your opponent with handcuffs, or that one of the 2 manages to escape from the area. That in the case of those of 2 teams, as for those of 3, 2 of them must climb out of the area. The rest of us will observe from the observation room. Well, let's not waste any more time that is valuable. I narrate. And so the whole day had passed. The first encounter was an inevitable victory for Director Nizu due to his different strategies, in which he didn't even have to face Mina or Kaminari directly. He ended up confusing them and sending them away. The second battle was won by Uraraka and Aoyama, who, despite the fact that 13 had them cornered by his quirk, had to stop when Aoyama launched his lightning bolt, distracting 13 and taking advantage of his distraction Uraraka launched herself and ended up immobilizing number 13. The third battle seemed lost for the students due to the incredible advantage that Present Mike had against Jiru, but they won it thanks to Koda, who called several insects which stopped Present Mike so that at that moment Jiru approached to immobilize him. The fourth battle seemed won for Ectoplasm, but at the last moment Dark Shadow had placed handcuffs on one of his hands, giving victory to the students. The fifth battle was incredibly won by Mineta, who despite the fact that Midnight had been sleeping almost from the beginning did not give up, and gathering all her courage she faced directly against the professional heroine whom she managed to immobilize with her spheres. Unfortunately, she had ruined her incredible victory when she shouted that only for that day she would leave the breasts for later XD. The sixth battle was won by Hagakure and Shuji. It was a very XD moment, since Hagakure had taken off her entire hero suit, her gloves XD, so that Professor Snipe would not see her, and thus be able to immobilize him, but in one movement the professor touched her chest with his elbow, which made her let out a moan in which the professor was distracted. And Shuji took advantage of that moment to immobilize him. The seventh battle was a crushing victory for Cements because both Kurishima and Sato had not made any plan and only dedicated themselves to hitting all the walls that the master created until they had run out of energy. Unfortunately for both, that was a battle that they could not win. The eighth battle had been won by Ida and Ojiro, who did an excellent teamwork in which Ida used his speed to advance most of the field while carrying Ojiro on his back, and when it was impossible for him to continue advancing he had propelled him to the exit, and Ojiro had used the maneuverability that his tail gives him to dodge the last attack of Power Loader. The next one was Momo and Shuto. Actually, Shuto was caught by Professor Aizawa, but Momo with strategy managed to free Shuto, and the two managed to get out of that victorious test, immobilizing Aizawa. Observation Room. Nizu, okay, the next fight is between young Midoriya and young Bakugo. Please come to the arena. Izuku, very well, stretching to turn to look at the door and seeing how Nijire was arriving with Momo and Shuto. Nene, what are you doing here? Nijire, I asked permission to see your test, approaching to give her a kiss. Good luck, Zuzu. Izuku blushed, thank you. Momo, good luck, Midoriya. Shuto, raising his thumb. Izuku, returning the action. Outside the sand. Izuku, defeating the number 1 hero and symbol of peace. How complicated, changing his form from pillow to spear. Bakugo, get out of my way, Deku. Izuku, why are you so aggressive with me? Bakugo, staying silent because. Nizu, okay, you may begin now. Izuku, the doors were opening and in front of him there was no one, and All Might? All Might, don't get distracted, young man appearing above them, destroying the ground with a punch. Chapter 14. Sand. All Might, don't get distracted, young people hitting the ground, causing the two student heroes to fly away. Izuku, shit, I didn't see that coming, covering himself with chastiefol. All Might, this test will evaluate your judgment, showing some wristbands. At first we had thought that I would put these things on my wrists and ankles, which according to what they said have half my weight. But in view of the power that both of you have demonstrated throwing the wristbands to the ground which broke the floor, it is not necessary for me to use them against you, while I still have enough time. Young Midoriya, you have finished off those powerful villains before I have to take my quirk to the maximum. That is why I still have almost the same fathoms when I pass the Ofa to my successor. What are you waiting for, young people? Escape or fight us. Bakugo, standing next to Izuku, don't get in my way, generating explosions. I'm going to knock him out and finish this test without your help. Izuku, it's impossible to knock him out. We'll have to escape or immobilize him. I already have a plan. Or well, the beginnings of one. Seeing Bakugo, give him the plane. Are you giving me the plane? Bakugo, sorry, I don't follow anyone's plans. Izuku, you're an idiot. Who do you think All Might is? He's been a hero for decades. He has far more combat experience than anyone in this academy. Bakugo, throwing a punch at Izuku, which chastiefol blocked. Not another word or I'll get angry. I don't care if you're doing it right or not. Shut up, I'll take care of it. Izuku, just this once in your life, listen to me, asshole. Both are stopped by a current of air that destroyed the entire street they were on, and also some windows that were there. All Might, Ready or not, here I come emerging from the dust. Collateral damage. Who cares? Launching himself at Bakugo and Izuku. First I'll incapacitate the most problematic one trying to hit Izuku, but the Guardian appeared. I knew you were going to do that, young Midoriya. Izuku, stabilizing in the air, increased the blades, headed towards All Might, but with a clap he stopped the blades. Bakugo, launching himself towards All Might throwing multiple explosions at his chest without causing much damage. I am the one who will defeat you. All Might, grabbing him by the arm and throwing him against the wall which he went through. Is that all you have? A weak caress could hardly hurt me. And now turning to Izuku, who is covered with pollen garden, what will you do, young Midoriya? Will you abandon the team and run? Izuku, this is the power of the symbol of peace. Running away is not an option, transforming the pollen garden into his spear. Bakugo, coming out of the wall with stronger explosions, moved colliding with Izuku. Izuku, pay attention when you push yourself like that. Stop being so bucking arrogant. We have to work as a team, damn it. Bakugo, shut up, I don't need to. You'll work as a team. Izuku, I'm sick of your damn attitude. You've been like this since you were kids, that's why you don't have any friends. Bakugo, shut up, I have many friends. Realizing the reality. All Might, appearing above them with a railing in his hands. Don't get distracted in a battle, that's why. Now hitting Izuku, who hit a wall. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Giving a strong blow to Bakugo in the stomach, making him vomit blood and making him roll several meters down the street. Izuku, embedded in the wall, buck falling from the hole and lying on the floor while holding his abdomen. I think I fractured something, he said while covering himself with pollen garden. All Might, young Bakugo, are you going to run away or are you going to help your partner? Receiving a strong explosion. I see what you chose. Bakugo, I'm going to defeat him. All Might, I see. If that's the case, hitting Bakugo hard in the face. The test for you ends now. Izuku, Sacred Spear, Chastiefol, Mode 1, Chastiefol quickly headed towards All Might. Bumblebee. All Might, there's young Midoriya crossing his arms in an X shape and then releasing them with great force. Deflecting Chastiefol, you need more than that to defeat me. Looking for them with his eyes. Where did they go? Observation room. Kirishima, not even the strongest in the class can fight him. Mineta, they're on a very different level from us. Momo, he's destroying them. Uraraka, you're not even giving them a chance to come up with a plan. Nijire, don't worry. Zuzu always finds a way to turn the situation around. Watching the cameras as Izuku and Bakugo hid. Zuzu told me that before he and Bakugo were no longer friends, they were known as the Golden Duo. Looking at the faces of the two, and those looks are different from the ones they normally have. Everyone turned to look at the cameras, waiting for something interesting to happen. Combat arena. Bakugo, put me down, nerd. Hitting pollen garden. Izuku, okay, destroying the pollen garden, causing Bakugo to fall face down. We have to come up with a plan. Bakugo, I hate to agree with you, but you're right. Approaching him, tell me your plan. Izuku, okay, approaching him, this is the plan. Bakugo, nodding, good, I like it. Maybe we can start getting along. Nerd, generating an explosion in his hand. Izuku, it could be transforming Chastiefol into a spear. Don't forget, I attacked him first. Bakugo, yes, I already know. Nerd, preparing to attack. All Might, where are shonens? Your time is running out. Chastiefol headed towards All Might, who covered himself with his arms, leaving him with a good amount of damage on his arms, so that Chastiefol then headed towards him again. All Might dodged him, causing Chastiefol to hit the ground, generating a cloud of dust. All Might, young Midoriya, if you plan to attack without even showing your face, I'm afraid you won't win this test. Looking for his students everywhere. Shine. An explosion hit him on his right side. Izuku, out of the cloud of dust to protect everyone I love, his body began to surround itself with a golden aura, and above all, to protect her I need to become much stronger. The aura shone brighter. Guardian, the suckling bear that destroyed Bakugo, reappeared and got into the cloud of dust. A blow from a green bear hit All Might in the face, then another explosion hit their left side, and so they were attacking All Might blindly. All Might, it's too late for them to start working as a team, hitting the air, dispersing the cloud of dust, moving them away from there a little. Izuku, Guardian approached All Might, and the two began to wrestle Bakugo. Bakugo, I'll take care of it, addressing All Might with explosions. All Might and Guardian struggled while Bakugo approached them, from one moment to the next Guardian disappeared in thousands of blades, causing All Might to lose his balance a little. Bakugo, in front of All Might, shine, giving him his strongest explosion in the abdomen, Deku backing away. Izuku, don't even mention it, moving his fingers, power up. The small spears turned into larger, golden spears which headed towards All Might, leaving him embedded in the ground. Let's go, Bakugo. The two headed for the exit as quickly as they could while with All Might. All Might, embedded in the ground. Those two, if we had known they worked that well together, we would have separated them. Izuku, arriving at the exit with Bakugo. We arrived, we won. His golden aura disappeared and then he threw himself on the ground. I want to be with baby. Bakugo, shut up, lying on the floor, I hate you. Izuku, the feeling is mutual. Bakugo, I hate to admit it, but you did well. Deku is stretching out his hand. I accept it, you are at my level, damn it. Izuku, accepting her hand. Okay. Observation room. Uraraka, they did it. Momo, they were able to beat All Might. Kirishima, they are on another level. Nijire, sighing, I was worried for a moment. Mineta, I definitely don't want to fight them ever. Combat arena. Izuku, standing up and reaching out his hand to Bakugo. Are we going? Bakugo, good, accepting his hand. The two of them headed to the observation room, supporting each other so they could walk. Bar, unknown location. Jiren, entering through the door. Mr. Shigaraki, you've been talking to the town for days. Everyone's babbling about something huge that's about to happen, entering with two people. So. Shigaraki, disintegrating a photograph of Izuku. Who are they? Dabi, seeing you in person, you look incredibly ugly. Toga, who are you? Stain's friend, hand boy. Tell me you are excited, let me join the League of Villains. Shigaraki, Kurojiri sends these morons away from here. It seems like the guys I hate the most come in a bucking pair. Seeing Toga, a very childish little shit. Seeing Dabi, and an idiot who doesn't understand about respect. Toga, what? Kurojiri, well, our guests went through all the trouble to come here. At least let's allow ourselves to hear what Tamura Shigaraki has to say. Besides, looking at Jiren, the name of this runner has some weight, and the guys he introduces to us must have some strategic advantage. Jiren, first, this pretty high school girl, pointing to Toga. The media keeps her face and name completely hidden because she is still a minor. She is currently wanted for a series of bloody murders. Toga, my name is Himiko. Himiko. Toga, life is hard and I would like a world where it is easier to live. I want to be like the great Stain. I want to kill Stain. Come on, let me join. Tamura. Shigaraki, I have no idea what you said. Are you crazy or what? Jiren, don't worry, she can hold a conversation, more or less. She will surely be of great use. Pointing to Dabi next. This man has not committed any crime that stands out, but he has taken the ideals of the hero killer quite seriously. Dabi, I'm not sure about this. Does this group really follow a cause? Looking at Toga, you're not going to let this crazy girl join, are you? Shigaraki, even that stupid crazy girl over there managed to tell me her name. You're a decent adult, aren't you? Dabi, right now I'm going like Dabi. Shigaraki, don't ask how you're doing, I want your real name. Dabi, I'll tell you when you need it. In any case, I'll be the one to complete the hero killer's will. Shigaraki, no need to talk so much shit that I didn't ask you about. Angry, could you two stop talking about Stain? Stain this, Stain that? Kurojiri, no, Shigaraki. Shigaraki, you two are useless, launching towards them to disintegrate them. Kurojiri, opening multiple portals to avoid the fight. Please calm down, Tamura. Shigaraki. If you really want to continue with what you want, then expanding the organization is essential. Appearing next to Shigaraki to speak in his ear, and as strange as it may seem, our opportunity to expand is now. Receive them, Tamura. Shigaraki. If you do not make use of them, and what we get on that island then? Shigaraki, shut your mouth, leaving the place. Jiren, well, I don't want to say this about a client anyway, but scratching his head, he is young, too young. Toga, I thought I was going to be killed. Dabi, how creepy. Kurojiri, could we ask you to wait for an answer in the next few days? Wiping a glass, you see, he actually understands by himself what he must do. In fact, that is precisely why he understands that he left without saying a word. After All Might and the hero killer, he was brutally humiliated twice. I am sure that we will come to an agreement, you two, good boys, and he with himself. UA Academy, nursing. All Might, looking at Recovery, those two, they really managed to defeat me. Recovery, they didn't leave you with serious injuries, but it's better that you rest. All Might, I see Midoriya and Bakugo have great potential, I want to see them grow. Recovery, from what I see, it was complicated, right? All Might, and he's not wrong, lying down if you don't mind, I'm going to rest a little longer. Class 1A, the next day. Kirishima Kaminari Mina Sato / depressed for losing the practical exam. Mina, shedding small tears, guys, I'm already waiting for your stories, oh god. Siro, come on guys, cheer up, I mean thanks to my Neta we both technically made it, but all I did was sleep. So for now it's not clear how we'll be graded. Izuku, don't worry guys, Yui will probably send you to camp. They'll probably just make you take exams and study sessions or things like that. I don't think they'll waste this opportunity to return to the future generation of stronger heroes. All silently. Kaminari, is Zebro stronger? Siro, all of Japan has been talking about how strong you are since the Island broadcast. Sato, although I don't think All Might fought seriously, you were still able to knock him out yesterday along with Bakugo. Bakugo, listening while a smile formed. Kaminari, seriously Midoriya, why do you want to be stronger? Izuku, honestly, I am a conformist person. Everyone looked at him with a drop of sweat. My only purpose was to protect my mother and Nijire. I felt that with the power I had I would be able to do it, but after seeing that monster in Island closing his left fist I realized that my power is not enough if I want to achieve my goal. To protect everyone I love, I need to become much stronger. All, surprised by his statement. Aizawa, entering the classroom when the bell rings, take your seats, heading to the desk. Good morning. Now about your end of term exams, I hate to say that some of you have failed and stuff like that, but still, you're all going to camp. Exciting those who failed. All those who failed, what a great twist. Aizawa, there was no note that failed the written exam. For the practical, Sato, Kirishima, Ashido, Kaminari and Siro. They all failed. Siro, depressed, well we'll all go to camp anyway. Aizawa, don't get excited, the camp is designed to train you, and those who failed are the students who need it most, you for one special correction periods, and to put it nicely, they will be tougher than the ones you would have had here on campus. Depressing those who failed even more. Now I will go get the camp guides to distribute them. Academy entrance, end of the day. Lita, walking next to almost everyone. A week of training? Reading the list that Aizawa gave them, it seems that we will need quite large bags for all the things that we have to carry. Kaminari, I don't have swimwear or other things, I have to buy a lot of things. Hagakure, in that case. Since tomorrow is free, and exams are over, we could go shopping together. Kaminari, that's a great idea. Izuku, looking at his cell phone while smiling, sorry guys, I already have everything and I have an important commitment that day. Time skip. Friday Mall. Izuku, will I look good? It's the first date we've had since we've been dating. I'm nervous. Hitting his cheeks. You can do it, champ, you've faced worse things. Nijire, what's wrong Zuzu? Watching as Izuku spoke to himself. Izuku, what? Me? And nothing, blushing in embarrassment. Nijire, ha, grabbing his arm to give him a kiss on the cheek. What are we going to do today? Dear. Izuku, aye. Nijire, smiling at her partner's attitude, let's go get some ice cream. Zuzu pulling Izuku towards an ice cream shop. At the ice cream shop. Ice cream man XD. Hello young people, seeing how they were. Oh, but what do we have here? A young couple, for their good luck, we have a couple combo only applicable today. Do you want to take it? Nijire, yes please. Ice cream man, good, anything else? Izuku, plain water please. Ice cream man, okay, that's there? They both nod. Enjoy your combo and your water. Outside the ice cream shop on a bench. Nijire, Zuzu, what are you going to do on this vacation? Izuku, really nothing kid, well we're going to go to a camp to improve the use of our quirks. Nijire. I see smiling as she looked at Izuku. I love you. Izuku blushed and me too Nene. Nijire. But I love you more. Zuzu approaching to give her a kiss on the lips, too much, closing the kiss. Izuku, blushing a lot. I still can't believe you're my girlfriend. Nijire, looking at him with a smile. Well, believe it, because I am a very affectionate person. Standing up. Sorry Zuzu, I have to go to the bathroom. Izuku, yes baby, don't worry. Watching how he left and then drank a lot of water. Calm down Izuku, she makes you very nervous. But she is the girl you love and the girl of your dreams. Feeling how someone grabbed him by the sky with 4 fingers, huh? Tamura, hi Izuku, how are you old friend? Izuku, seriously, what do you want? You're Shigaraki as I recall. Tamura, as expected from one of the strongest hero students, but how did you know it was me? Izuku, I will never forget the voice and name of the bastard who attacked my friends already baby. Tamura, I'm glad you remember me. Becoming equally serious. I want your girl to go away and leave us alone, that you ran into an old friend from high school and that you want to talk to him, or else showing his fingers there will be chaos in this mall. Izuku, okay. Nijire arrived with him and looked at him strangely. Nijire, Zuzu, who is he? Looking at him worriedly. Izuku, him. I didn't tell you about him, but he's a friend from high school. Making a circle with his hand. His name is Hellbram. Can we catch up? And then we'll continue with the date, I promise. Smiling at him. Nijire, seeing Izuku's signal. Oh, it's okay Zuzu, don't worry, I'll see you in a moment. Walking away from there. Izuku, okay you bastard, what do you want from me? Tamura, okay, tell me what you're going to do during these 30 days of vacation and everything you know about the UA. Izuku, we're going to a camp in the mountains. Where? I don't know, I only know that. Tamura, damn useless. Receiving a blow to his rib by the guardian and hearing police alarms. At what moment? Releasing Izuku. Izuku, you underestimated my relationship with Nene. She and I have a code in case either of us is in danger. Chastiefol stood next to him. You're in trouble. Tamura, you win this time Midoriya, but next time consider yourself dead. Disappearing into a portal. Minutes later the police arrived with Izuku along with a Nijire who hugged Izuku because she was so worried. The police interrogated Izuku and then let him go. Nijire accompanied Izuku to his house to stay the night there, obviously in separate rooms at Inko's request. Class A, the next day. Kirishima, you'd get into a lot of trouble bro. Izuku, it caught me off guard. Momo, the important thing is that you are fine. Izuku, yes I know, but that bastard ruined my date with fire in his eyes, which was clearly a mental image. Aizawa, entering the classroom and instantly everyone sat down. Well, as a result of yesterday's incident there will be some small changes in the camp. Originally there would only be Vlad and I to watch over them, but now the group of heroes that owns the place where we will go will join us. And before you ask who they are, they asked us to introduce ourselves when we arrive. Now let's continue with the class. Opening a notebook and starting to write on the board. Unknown location. AFO, sitting in front of several screens. According to Tamura, on his little excursion yesterday, he was able to observe how several of the first-year students bought different things for camping, and knowing the UA, it is most likely that they will not waste time and travel all together to some faraway place to train. Garaki, Master, what do you plan to do knowing that? AFO, seeing several villains in front of him. Some of them owe me some favors. Taking out 2 glasses, take them and drink from them. Garaki, don't tell me that. AFO, that's right Doctor. Watching as the villains took it to see how they began to record their hearts. Holding his abdomen. My abdomen is burning. Stretching out his hand and then staying there. AFO, looking at the second villain who still hadn't taken it. What are you waiting for? Do you want power? Villain, yes, taking the glass. I don't feel anything. Looking at his hands as his body begins to swell and then explodes. AFO, it seems that of the 2 only one could bear it. Seeing how that villain stood up and had black pupils. It's wonderful the power I feel. Starting to laugh like a maniac. AFO, admire Doctor, what the blood of a simple demon can do. Garaki, it's amazing, it's much better than the Quirk amplifier. AFO, but as you could see, not everyone can withstand it. That's why don't stop with the construction of the Quirk amplifiers. Turning to look at Kurogiri. Start the preparations. Kurogiri, the aforementioned, acknowledged. Get ready, damn Fairy King, starting to laugh wildly. Chapter 15. Midoriya apartment. Inko, Izuku, do you already have everything you need? Izuku, I think so, if I don't buy it on the way. Nijire, Zuzu, your friends went shopping and you didn't go with them. Izuku, it's just that I preferred to go out with you. Nene, hugging Nijire. Inko, don't worry, at this rate they'll leave me with grandchildren. They both blushed. Izuku, looking at the clock, well, I'm running late, I'll see you later, putting on his tennis shoes. Inko, take care Izuku, I love you. Izuku, me too, Mom, leaving his apartment, but a hand pulled him back. Nijire, grabbing her cheeks, promise me that you will return safely. Izuku, why do you worry? Looking at her. Nijire, I have a bad feeling, but please promise me. Izuku, don't worry Nene, I'll be back safely, caressing her cheek. Nijire, it calms me down a bit, but don't get into trouble, giving him a kiss on the lips. I love you. Izuku, I love you too, babe, leaving the apartment. See you. Academy, UA parking lot. Monoma, what? Class A needs extra classes? Does that mean someone failed their grade? Huh. Wasn't Class A supposed to be better? Izuku, you again, don't you know how to keep quiet? Or do you need to insult us to feel good about yourself? Looking at him with a malicious smile. Monoma, you are a. Kendo, knocking him out. I'm sorry, dragging him to his bus. Bus. Aizawa, the bus won't stop until it arrives, and after that, seeing how everyone was having fun, ignoring his words, whatever, I'll let them have fun for now before starting. Izuku, sitting while leaning on chastiefol, I'll rest until we get there, closing his eyes and then falling asleep. Viewpoint facing the road, several hours later. Students, are we there yet? Is this a rest stop? I have to go to the bathroom. Where is Class B? I have to go to the bathroom. Aizawa, to say there is no reason for this would be lying. Mandalay, hey Eraser, it's been so long getting out of a parked car. With sparkling eyes we rock. Cute singing cat. The very, very wild hussy cats. Two girls said, and when they finished presenting themselves with an epic pose, a boy just stood still. Aizawa, I would love to introduce you to the hussy cats, professional heroines. Izuku, I know them, they specialize in mountain rescue operations. They are already veterans in that area with 12 years of experience. Pixie Bob, I'm 18 in my heart, trying to grab Izuku's face, but chastiefol avoided it. Mandalay, this whole area is our domain. Looking at the mountains, the place where you will stay is the base of the mountain, pointing to the place. Students, it's too far away. Momo, huh? Then why did we stop if we're halfway there? Sato, don't tell me. Uraraka, let's hurry back to the bus please. Mandalay, smiling, it's 9:30 right now, if you hurry up from now, it will be around 12. Kirishima, oh no, wanting to escape to the bus, hurry up. Pixie Bob, kittens that do not arrive before 12:30 will not receive food. Aizawa, I'm sorry guys, but your school trip has already begun. Pixie Bob, touching the ground, activating her quirk and throwing all the students off the cliff. Mandalay, feel free to use your quirks in our domain whenever you need to. Pixie Bob, you have 3 hours, use your own feet to get to the building. In the forest. Izuku, flying, watching his companions fall. Sacred Spear, chastiefol. Mode 8. Pollen Garden. All his companions were inside the Pollen Garden, preventing them from getting hurt. Uraraka, are you guys okay? Midoriya, are you okay? Bakugo, Deku, I didn't need you to protect me. Izuku, you're welcome. Returning to chastiefol. Pillow, we can't even have a break on our vacation. Everyone nodded at what was said. Mineta, get out of the way everyone, I have to pee. Running to some bushes and taking everything out. Ready, okay guys, let's go. Shuto, watch out, generating ice, destroying a stone beast. Mineta, huh? What was that? We're supposed to just go through this forest. Izuku, chastiefol headed towards a stone monster, destroying it. It won't be easy, come on guys, flying straight into the forest. Bakugo, follow the nerd, entering the forest with Izuku. Denki, Bakugo. Kirishima being Mineta okay. Mina, with Midoriya. All, how strange. Viewpoint, facing the road. Mandalay. Next to Aizawa, this is a crazy itinerary that you have planned to erase. Aizawa. The plan was always to put them on the accelerated learning path usually reserved for those in the first cycle of their second year. So things are bound to get complicated for them from now on, well, at least not for everyone remembering his strongest student. Quirks that were only allowed during emergencies have been released, a temporary license to break free and imitate a qualified and approved hero. With villains increasing their volume of activity lately, the first years will be recognized by Pixie Bob, feeling like his creature was destroyed by Izuku, Shudo, Ida, and Bakugo getting excited. Aizawa, being able to defend themselves. I'll leave the rest to you, Pixie Bob. Pixie Bob, well, leave it to me, I'm already getting excited. Mandalay, Kota, we're leaving. Kota, how stupid getting into the car with his aunt. Forest. Izuku, Mineta, are you okay? Mineta, getting up with dirt on him, I'm fine, thanks Midoriya. Izuku, don't worry, looking at his companions, let's work together to move forward and get there on time so we can eat. Uraraka, hey, don't you feel the atmosphere is calmer? Everyone agreed. Mina, it's just that Bakugo is quiet and is more focused on destroying those things. Bakugo, shut up, Pinky, I'm quiet because I want to be. Kaminari, directing his gaze at Izuku, Midoriya, why don't you use stronger techniques? Izuku, no, it would be damaging the forest, and he has nothing to do with this. We must respect his space. Kirishima, I see. Izuku, we're almost there, don't stop. Whole class, yes. Camp, 5:20 p.m. Pixie Bob, they are finally here, seeing all the students with minor injuries, except Izuku, Ida, Kirishima, Shuto, and Bakugo, who only had dirty uniforms. It seems that there was no need to threaten them with food to make them try harder. Aizawa, good job everyone, happy to get to camp. Zero, 3 hours, yes of course, if it weren't for Midoriya we would still be in the forest. Toru, I'm hungry. Mandalay, sorry about that time is our standard. Pixie Bob, I honestly thought it would take longer. I didn't imagine that you would understand my beasts made of earth. You guys are good, especially you, seeing Izuku, Shudo, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Ida. You didn't hesitate for a second to get into action, launching yourself towards Izuku, Kirishima, Bakugo, and Ida. I can't wait to see you in 3 years. I ask for you for myself. Izuku, sorry, but I already have my partner moving away from the circle a little. Pixie Bob, TCH, they already won me one. Aizawa, was she always like this? Mandalay, sorry about that, she's a bit agitated, she's already at the age to get married and all that. Izuku, speaking of getting married, is one of you the mother of that boy? Looking at Kota. Mandalay, oh no, that boy is my nephew. Kota, come say hi, you'll be living with them for the next week. Izuku, approaching and extending his hand to greet him, nice to meet you, my name is Izuku Midoriya, nice to meet you. Kota, hitting Izuku's crotch hard, but chastiefol got in the way. What? Turning around. Izuku, with a pale look, that was close, very close. Somewhere in Japan. Nijire, grabbing her chest, why did I feel like I wasn't going to have children anymore? Mirio, Nijire, let's go. Nijire, yes, I'm going, walking towards them to look at the sky. Take care, Izuku. With Izuku. Izuku, returning to his companions. Kirishima, are you okay? Izuku, I almost didn't count it. Bakugo, ha 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 ha, they were going to hit you in the balls, nerd, ha 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 ha. Izuku, shut up, you idiot. Aizawa, enough of the small talk, go to the bus for your luggage. Once you've settled in, go and have your dinner in the dining room. After that, take a bath and get a good rest. The real challenge starts tomorrow, hurry up. Bathrooms. Kirishima, the food was really delicious. Kaminari, yes, it's a pity that from tomorrow we will have to cook for ourselves. Mineta, looking at a large wooden wall, what we are looking for is beyond this wall. Izuku, looking at Mineta, whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do it. Lita, what are you up to, Mineta? Mineta, I actually had a plan entering the water, but knowing Aizawa-sensei, I don't want to waste energy right now. I'd rather save it for tomorrow. Ojiro, that's the first mature thing I've heard you say. Mineta, oh come on guys, do you really think I'm just a pervert? Everyone was silent. Shudo, it's your fault for having that attitude. Izuku, exactly, don't blame them. But oh well, turning to look at the others, I'm leaving now guys. Tomorrow is going to be a tough day. We have to make an effort guys. All yes. On the other side. Mina, you heard, Mineta is not coming. Toru, that's very good, isn't it? Momo, yes, although very strange. Jairu, there's no need to give it importance. We have to take advantage of the fact that no one is watching us. Uraraka, yes. Kemp, next day, 5:30 a.m. Aizawa, good morning everyone. Seeing all the sleepy students today, we will begin a rigorous round of reinforcement training. The true mission of this trip is to strengthen everyone's quirks. Izuku, I want to sleep a little more. Aizawa, ignoring Izuku and those who were complaining, normally we would start by doing the same exercise of throwing the ball with your quirk as far as possible, to show that in these 3 months since you started the academy you have not improved in terms of power, but since that does not apply to any of you, we will start immediately. Camp, several hours later. Class B, improve our quirks? Vlad, Class A should have already started. Let's go walking in front of their students. Class A had their turn to shine before. It's our turn now. Do you understand? It's our turn to shine. Class B, our most humble apologies, Sensei. We are sorry to be high school students. Setsuna, he talks about improving our quirks. But how will we train to improve? Kamakiri, could you be more specific? Vlad, muscle fibers given to constant abuse and become stronger and thicker. Your quirks are the same, keep using them and you'll get stronger. If you don't use them, they'll wither away. In other words, there's only one thing to do: arriving at the training ground and seeing everyone from Class A push your limits. All the students of Class B had been left speechless at the training they were witnessing. Bakugo was dipping his hands in water and then taking them out and creating a gigantic explosion, directing it towards the sky. Lita running non-stop around the field. Siro was standing on top of a hill, expelling tape without stopping even though he was already screaming in pain. Kirishima using his hardening constantly and at the same time using one for all to the limit, while Ojiro repeatedly attacked him with his tail. Kaminari expelling electricity while charging a large battery without stopping even though he had already entered his idiot mode. Aoyama constantly expelling his laser, enduring his terrible stomach pain, but with the precaution of having a portable toilet nearby. Tokoyami inside a dark cave trying to control Dark Shadow, although only his screams could be heard. Uraraka inside a sphere while rolling downhill trying to get used to the dizziness. Tsuyu climbing the mountain using her frog skills while stretching her tongue as far as it could go. Sato and Momo eating large amounts of candy while using their quirks. In Sato's case, he exercised his muscles and Momo created matryoshkas without stopping. Jiro and Mina were standing side by side at the base of a large rock as they used their quirks against it. In Jiro's case, he was hitting his jacks to make them stronger and Mina was constantly creating acid with her hands. Mineta tore the spheres off his head without stopping even though he was bleeding and crying. Hagakure was without clothes improving her stealth while Shoji created several eyes and ears to improve his perception and locate her. Shudo was inside a bucket full of water, repeatedly creating ice and fire in order to keep the water temperature stable. And Izuku would sometimes look towards a very foggy place, wondering what was there, but when he didn't, he would try to improve his body's reflexes so that he wouldn't always depend on chastiefol. Aizawa, approaching Vlad and his students. Those whose abilities have a limit have to expand it, those with mutations must train their organs and parts of their bodies. Vlad, we usually adjust training based on physical growth. Aizawa, but we don't have time, that's why this time you'll also train your quirks. Don't wander around Class B. Kendo, with us included there are 40 people, can you help us with our quirks at the same time? Aizawa, that's why they are here. Ragdoll, that's right, 4 minds and 1 body. Mandalay, with sparkling eyes we rock. Ragdoll, we're here to lend a helping hand. Tiger, approaching to make his presentation wherever, we will arrive. Pixie Bob, cute, cat-like and stingy. All, the wild one's hussy cats. Ragdoll, my quirk is, search, and I can observe and monitor up to 100 people at a time. Pixie Bob, my flowstone, I can create a suitable training ground for each of you. Mandalay, and with telepath, I can advise and instruct multiple people at once. Tiger, I'll be in charge of kicking, punching, and other violent services heading towards Izuku. Those with power-enhancing skills come with me. Izuku, looking at the sky, I hope you're okay, Nene. Tiger, unleashing a punch that Izuku didn't dodge. Feet on the ground. Midori, your training. Izuku, rubbing his cheek as a tear came out. Why yes, starting to dodge Tiger's blows again. Koda, watching Izuku training from the bushes. Camp, 4 p.m. Pixie Bob, next to Ragdoll behind a table full of ingredients. Now, as we told you yesterday, you will take care of this, pointing to the ingredients. Ragdoll, if you want to eat, get off your butts and make it yourself. Curry. Students, very tired. Yes, ma'am. Ragdoll, LOL, they all look pretty raw, but that's no excuse for doing a mediocre job. Lita, you're right. In case of emergency, feeding those in need is an essential part of providing help. Moving her arms like a robot. The professionals are right. Let's make the best curry in the world. Aizawa, if Yaoyorozu and Ida had been the two in charge, how would things have been? Seeing how Ida and Momo led their group. On the other hand, Midoriya does well, but his weak attitude doesn't help him much. Uraraka, in front of several pits, can someone help me light the wood? Shuto, yes, expelling fire from his left hand. Uraraka, thank you. Kirishima, next to Izuku cutting vegetables. Today's training was very tiring, don't you think, Izubro? Izuku, I've never trained my reflexes before. With comical tears, he's very fast. Tokoemi, still, it's helping you a lot, isn't it? Izuku, I think so, he's partly right. I depend a lot on chastiefol. Dining room, 1 hour later. All, thanks for the meal. Kirishima, eating at full speed in this situation, this curry seems like a 5-star dish. Kaminari, Yaoyorozu, you really eat fast. Momo, my quirk allows me to convert the lipids from the food I eat into many different things. That's why the more I eat, the more I can create. Siro, so it's like the pa. Jiro, hitting Siro in the face. Don't even think about finishing that sentence. Izuku, standing up and taking his plate. Inside the forest, unknown location. Izuku, seeing the fog. It's very dense. I can't see almost anything. Starting to walk and then seeing a light. What is that? Izuku flew faster and then entered the place where the light came from and saw a giant tree with pink petals. Izuku, this is. He felt something running inside his body. The Fairy King's forest? The sacred tree. Seeing how several little people with wings approached him. Fairy, this magical power. Fairy 2, don't doubt about it. It's the Fairy King. Izuku, magic power? Fairy 1, yes, with magic power you can use all forms of chastiefol. Izuku, what? Fairy 3, don't worry, Fairy King, we'll tell you later. Come with us to the sacred tree. The previous king said that the future king had to be taken there, and he would know what to do. Izuku, but wait, I came to look for a child. Fairy 2, boy? Fairy 1, it means Kota. Izuku, do you know him? Fairy 4, yes, he always comes to play with us. Fairy 2, he's a good boy. Izuku, I have to give you this, pointing to his plate of curry. You haven't had dinner. Fairy 5, don't worry, Fairy King, there are other fairies taking care of him. Izuku, okay, I'll follow them. Time skip 10 minutes. Izuku, looking at the tree, what was I supposed to do? Fairy 2, we don't know, the old king told us that you would know. Izuku, seeing how a place had the shape of a magnifying blade. Magnification, the blades appeared and Izuku took one to insert it into the hole, which began to open. The previous Fairy King, did he do this with magic? Fairy 1, maybe she had help from Queen Diane. Izuku, she was a giant, right? Fairy 2, yep. When the door was fully open, everything looked dark, but then it would be illuminated with some torches. Izuku, what is this place? starting to walk until he came across a wall that opened, and this? Fairy 4. And no, she can't be, he said, surprised. They are the sacred treasures of the ancient legendary knights. Izuku, what? Approaching to see a short sword Losvein, then turning to the right and seeing some nunchucks, the divine staff Kurchaus, then he saw 2 bows, double bow Harriet. Aren't they supposed to have no physique? The fairies just shrugged their shoulders. Well, I won't give it any importance. Now there are all the ones they kept. He sees a writing above them. Find people worthy of each of them. I entrusted to you, future fairy king. Harley King. Izuku, while leaving the place which closed, how great, opening his eyes wide, Kota starting to fly to look for him. Time skip 5 minutes later. Kota, silently looking at the forest. Izuku, it's beautiful, isn't it? Arriving with his plate of food, you must be hungry. You can eat what's left of my curry. Kota, you like? Izuku, I got lost looking for you and discovered this forest. It's beautiful. Kota, I don't need any stupid heroes. This is my secret base, get out. Izuku, looking at the place, it's pretty, but I'm sorry to tell you that you're in my territory, smiling calmly. Kota, your territory? Don't be stupid, this is my aunt's. Izuku, we are very far from the Kota camp. It may not seem like it, but if we go far enough, and this is the Fairy King's forest, and well, I am the king, he. Kota, tch, you just want more power to show off, don't you? It's not enough for you to be the king of a beautiful forest, you want power. Izuku, I want power, but not for what you think. I want power to protect my loved ones and to protect this forest. Kota, Buck, you've all lost your minds calling yourselves heroes and villains, killing each other, how stupid. Showing off your quirks is why you end up like this, damn idiots. Izuku, it's not just the heroes or the quirks, it's the superhero society itself. Kota, I know that right now there are no words that can heal your pain, but if you continue to reject everyone and everything around you, the only one person who will get hurt will be himself. Leaving the plate on the floor. I'll leave the curry here, please eat, starting to walk away, but stops for a second. Don't worry, you can stay at your base, I won't tell anyone, but remember what I told you, don't reject others, starting to leave from there. Kota, waiting for Izuku to leave to start crying. Dad, Mom. Chapter 16. Camp next day. 6 a.m. Aizawa, good morning students. Seeing everyone who looked exhausted. Hey, what's happening? I don't see your muscles moving. Mina, I'm sorry, it's just lack of sleep. Siro, yesterday's reinforcement lessons were. Aizawa, I told you, didn't I? That this was going to be hard. Seeing how everyone continued rubbing their eyes, the training begins. Izuku, yes, walking very lazily, I don't even feel like flying. And so their training began on a new day, a torture for everyone, but if they wanted to be great heroes they had to go through this. Time skip. Pixie Bob, arriving a while later. Boys, girls, let me tell you about tonight's plans. Getting the students' attention, we're going to do an inter-class bravery challenge. After training hard, you must play hard. Reward and punishment. Kendo, that's true, I completely forgot. Jairu, great, more scary activities. Tokoemi, a party in the dark. Pixie Bob, with that said, train your hearts hard. All students, yes ma'am. Pixie Bob, angry, I'm not a lady, I'm 18 at heart. Forest at night. Pixie Bob, our stomachs are full and our plates are clean. Next up is Mina, the test of courage. Aizawa, before that, and even though it pains me to say it, the failed group will have a review lesson with me right now. Mina, impossible, shocked, looking at Aizawa. Aizawa, dragging Kirishima, Siro, Kaminari, Sato and Mina with their bandages. Yes, it sucks to be you, but the training we did earlier was less profitable than I expected, which means we have to prepare and repeat everything again. Mina, crying, what? Please forgive us and let us play at least once. Pixie Bob, so there we have it, Class B will be the first to scare and Class A will have partners that will come out every 3 minutes. Mandalay, there is a letter in the middle of the road with your names written on it, please bring it back as proof. Pixie Bob, they're already waiting for you, the time is 15 minutes, run. Tokoemi, a party in the dark. Uraraka said it again. Pixie Bob, The group that scares is not allowed to touch anyone directly. They can use their quirks. It is their strategy to scare. Now go to Mandalay so she can give you a random number. Izuku. Taking his number, we are a group of 21 people and 6 of them left, and the groups for this are of 2 people, so one of us. Bakugo. Why the buck did I have touched the trauma? Pointing at Shuto. Shuto, shut up. Izuku. Holding back the urge to laugh, he approaching his partner. We will be partners, Jairu. Jairu, yes. Izuku, let's have fun. Forest, 15 minutes later. Juzo, excellent work Kendo. Kodai, you are ready for the next ones. Kendo, yes. Yui nodding. Juzo, by the way, did you notice? Don't you smell like something is burning? Seeing how a kind of smoke was expanding, could it have been Bakugo having a tantrum because of what happened this morning? Breathing in the smoke and fainting. Kendo, Hananuki? Realizing and activating his quirk to push his partner away. Yui, don't breathe this smoke, it's poison. Pixie Bob, at the entrance of the forest next to Mandalay. Izuku and Jairu, hey, do you smell something burning? Mandalay, black smoke, watching it come out of the middle of the forest. Dabi, burning a tree in the middle of the forest. The time has begun, the attack of the League of Villains. Toga, looking closely at Uraraka and Tsuyu. Mandalay, worried this is bad. I have a bad feeling remembering the boy Koda looking for him with her quirk. It can't be. Izuku, what's going on? Mandalay. Mandalay, it's Koda. It's out of my quirk range. I don't know where it is. Izuku, seeing the mist, this magical power, it's terrifying. I think I know where it is. Turning to see Jairu. Jairu, stay here. Help Mandalay in any way you can. Jairu, yes. Izuku, starting to fly quickly to the forest. Calm down, Koda. I'm on my way there. Fairy King's Forest. Koda, looking at the whole forest landscape. I never get tired of seeing it. It's beautiful. Fairy, yes, smiling, and then her face turns into a scared and panicked one. This magical power. Koda, what's happening? Turning to see the fairy. Fairy 2, it's here, the demon race has returned, she cried in fear. Muscular, walking while generating purple flames from his hands. It's time to destroy everything, throwing a flame at a tree. Where are you, Midoriya? I'm coming to kill you. Cabin. Aizawa, arriving with his students, meeting Vlad and Monoma. Vlad, I would like them to do some real practical exercise today. Vlad, I'm one step ahead of you. I was already planning it. Mandalay, using her quirk to talk to everyone. Attention, the villains have invaded the area. We don't know how many are lurking in the shadows. Those capable, head to the facilities. Aizawa, Vlad, set up a perimeter here for me. Opening the door, I must go protect the students who are still out there worried. Running out, they weren't supposed to be able to find this place. But it's not time to think about it. Leaving the cabin, seeing a big fire in the forest. This is not good. Dabi, appearing right next to him. Your concern got the best of you. And that was a bad move. Eraserhead pointing at him with his hand and starting to activate his quirk. Aizawa, Vlad receiving a flame. Dabi, keep the pro heroes away. You're not the ones we came for. Forest entrance. Spinner, attacking Pixie Bob from behind along with Magna, knocking him out on the ground. Greetings, UA Academy. We are the newly reformed League of Villains. Ojiro, the League of Villains? What are they doing here? Magna, pressing his gun on Pixie Bob's face. You better obey us. It would be a shame if my hand slipped and crushed this cute little face, wouldn't it? Tiger, angry over my dead body. Spinner, wow, friend, calm down a little. You too, Tiger, calm down. The right over life or death, everything is decided by Stain's word. Lita Stain? What does that killer have to do with all this? Spinner, looking at Ida. Oh, now I remember you. You with glasses. You were involved with the capture of Stain, and unlike that Midoriya boy, he doesn't consider you a true hero. Taking his weapon. I think I haven't introduced myself properly. My name is Spinner, the one who will continue Stain's dream. Tiger, tell it to someone who cares. Looking at his partner on the floor, that Pixie Bob girl lying there unconscious. She's been very crazy about marriage, saying she wanted to experience a woman's happiness. Even at her age, she was giving her best. To have scarred a woman's face in such a predicament is reprehensible. So as a man, your stupid attitude and excessive carelessness. Spinner, Heroes have no right to see life through rose-colored glasses goes against Mandalay and Tiger. Mandalay. Preparing to fight Tiger. I've already given the instructions. Let's leave the safety of the rest of the students to Ragdoll. You and I can and will defend this place together. Forest. Kendo, carrying his companions while holding his breath. Tetsu. Kendo arriving, running to his side carrying Ibara. Kendo, Tetsu Ibara, what's with those masks? Tetsu, Yayorozu from Class A was nearby and made these for us. Awaze is helping her find more people, handing her some masks. Here, put it on quickly. Kendo, thanks, let's head back to the facility without any idea where the villains are. It's too dangerous to be in an open place. Tetsu, no, I will stay to fight and look for more companions. Kendo, HHHH? I could swear we were ordered to avoid conflict. Tetsu, I've been thinking, how far are we from Class A? Leaving Ibara on the ground, we all took the same written test and the same practical test, so what's the difference between us? I came to the conclusion that it's exposure to danger. They've made the best of their dangerous situations and turned them into invaluable experience. Besides, what kind of hero would we be if we turned a blind eye to those who threaten the lives of others? Activating his quirk on his arm. Don't try to stop me, Kendo, as part of Class B's first year of hero study. If I don't stand up here and now for what I believe in, when will I? Fairy King's Forest. Muscular, seeing how Kota backed away upon seeing him an insect. I'll have to kill it, generating a flame with your death. Maybe Midoriya will appear. Kota, scared and starting to run. Muscular, arriving in front of Kota in a single jump. Come on, kid, don't try to escape. I'm going to kill you and then I'm going to destroy this stupid forest. Uncovering his face a little. Kota, you are seeing his face as he began to remember. Flashback. Newscast, Waterhorse. They were a great pair of heroes, however, their brilliant life was extinguished by a heartless criminal. To this day, that criminal is still at large and his whereabouts are a mystery to the heroes and the police. His quirk is pretty simple and straightforward. Strength enhancement and increase. If anyone out there recognizes him, please report it to the heroes immediately. Showing his face, a distinctive feature is a large scar across his left eye made by the duo, Waterhorse. End of flashback. Kota, MOM, dad crying. Muscular, throwing the flame at Kota. The flare looked like it was going to hit Kota, but chastiefol got in the way, turning at maximum speed and clearing the fire. Izuku, are you okay? Kota, why? Crying profusely. Muscular, and to think that I had to look for you. It was a good idea to come and look for you at this place, since you yourself came to me. Izuku, you are destroying my forest, directing chastiefol towards him. Muscular, your forest? Who cares about that? Surrounding himself with muscle fibers, preventing chastiefol from hurting him. Izuku, looking at a fairy, take Kota away from here. I'll take care of protecting the forest. Fairy, yes, grabbing Kota, come follow me. Forest. Bakugo, walking while covering his nose. Damn, bucking shitty smoke. Someone grabbed him by the head to hide him. What a face. Shuto, whispering, shut up, there's someone there. Moonfish, kneeling on the ground. How beautiful. Ah, no, I shouldn't. I have work to do, but I can't leave him alone. Ah, lifting such a beautiful fetish. Ah, turning to look at Bakugo and Shuto. I have work to do. Bakugo / Shuto, shit, dodging a moonfish attack. Forest entrance. Spinner, attacking Mandalay with his sword. Selfish heroes like you should be exterminated. Mandalay, using her quirk on him. That Spinner, even being a villain, he is so cool, and what an attractive face. Spinner blushes and fails his attack. Mandalay, managing to dodge the attack and getting behind. Spinner, very angry, what a low trick, you stupid cheating hitch. Mandalay, starting to be drawn to Magna. What? Magna, come here, little kitten, with his quirk activated. Tiger, I won't let you use the same trick you used against Pixie Bob, giving a strong blow to Magna's head. Hikishi Kenji, name of villain Magna. 9 charges for armed robbery, 3 charges for murder, and 29 for attempted murder. Magna, oh, I'm actually so famous, getting hit in the stomach. Mandalay, Tiger, something is wrong. I still haven't received any response from Ragdoll. She usually sends a signal that she received the message. Mountaintop. Muscular, looking at Izuku with a smile, ready to show off that hero face wherever and whenever I have orders to kill you, that's why surrounding his arm with darkness I'll go all out. Izuku, surprised, what the hell did you do? Your magic power is terrifying. Muscular, what do you care, increasing his muscles which were also surrounded by more darkness, I have come to kill you, launching himself towards Izuku with surprising speed. Izuku, Guardian appeared and covered Izuku but could not withstand the force of the impact, and the two crashed into a wall. Muscular, before I kill you, tell me, where is Katsuki Bakugo? Throwing a flame at Izuku. Izuku, making chastiefol spin in front of him, stopping the flames. Bakugo? I won't tell you. Chastiefol headed towards Muscular, destroying part of his fibers. Muscular, that hurts you, damn brat, taking out some wings from his back to quickly go to Izuku. Izuku, you took blood from the demon race? Looking at Muscular in surprise, are you crazy? Muscular, ha, creating more muscle fibers to replace the damaged ones. Who cares, as long as he has more power, none of that matters. Izuku, increased blades headed towards Muscular, but he expelled darkness from his body, preventing the blades from reaching him. Muscular, is this what that guy warned me about? You are very weak, you do not deserve the title of king. Appearing behind Izuku, hitting his back. Izuku, I can't follow him with my eyes, looking for him with his eyes, and then seeing how he appeared in front of him, hitting him in the chest, making him spit blood. Muscular, you're not even useful for warming up. Approaching him. Izuku, lying on the ground with blood in his mouth. Muscular, dissipate, hitting Izuku in the chest, leaving him embedded in the ground. Kota, throwing a rock at Muscular's head while he was still crying, water horse, my mom and my dad, did you also torture them the same way before killing them? Causing Muscular to form a sadistic smile. Izuku, turning to see the fairy take him. Muscle, shut up, hitting him again, ha, this must be destiny, water horse. Those two were the ones who gave me this left eye. When I finish my work, I'll take care of sending you to your parents. Turning to see Izuku to hit him again, spreading more of his blood. Kota, stop. Muscular, grabbing Izuku by the head, are you going to let this child die? Fight, Midoriya, fight, whipping him on the ground. Kota, throwing a jet of water at him, that's it, leave him alone, crying profusely. Muscular, turning to look at him with a sadistic smile, stupid boy, I will go ahead and right now you will visit your parents, throwing Izuku away from there to approach Kota. Izuku, bloody Guardian, stretching out his hand for Guardian to address him with Kota. Guardian stood between Kota and Muscular, blocking any attempt by Muscular to strike Kota. Muscular, they think this thing is going to blow me up, you just delayed their time, ha. Izuku, slightly closing his eyes. Zuzu. Flashback 2 years ago. Nijire, Zuzu looking at Izuku, who was lying on a chastity belt. Izuku, what's wrong, Nijire? Nijire, do you want to be a hero? Looking at Izuku with doubt. Izuku, nothing much, I'm doing it for you, really looking at Nijire. Nijire, Izuku, I don't want you to be a hero for me, a hero is there to save those who are in trouble and give hope to others. Izuku, I know. Nijire, I managed to get into the UA. I know we made a promise to become heroes together, but seeing how Izuku was very comfortable, I don't want to force you into something you don't want. Izuku, staying silent, not knowing what to answer. Nijire, I just ask you to take into account what I told you, please, approaching to hug him, and then leaving. Izuku, save those who are in trouble and give hope to others, thinking about the words. End of flashback. Sacred treasure, free yourself. Muscular, turning to see where Izuku was with a sadistic smile, have you already decided to get serious, Midoriya? Seeing how Izuku had a golden aura. Izuku, increased larger, golden blades headed towards Muscular, who surrounded himself with darkness and increased his fibers, but it was in vain because the spears destroyed his defense. Muscular, what the buck? Trying to regenerate, but a giant bear appeared behind him, hitting him, preventing him from regenerating. Izuku, right now you won't be able to defeat me anymore, moving his fingers, forming blades behind his muscle. The blades pierced Muscular. Izuku repeated the blade and guardian combo, preventing Muscular from regenerating. Izuku, true chastiefol spear. Muscular, quickly addressing Izuku. Izuku, flying with Guardian straight to Muscular Mode 1. Guardian changed to the giant golden spear. Chastiefol moved forward to Izuku, but he opened his arms and legs, causing the spear to form a circle around him. Muscular headed to the circle surrounded by darkness to protect himself, but Chastiefol destroyed his defense while causing a wound in his chest. After receiving all the damage, he flew out and crashed into a wall, becoming unconscious. Izuku, coming down to earth so that his aura would disappear. I did it, I won. Kota, looking at Izuku with tears. Mandalay, Kota, your parents' water horse could have left you alone, but with their sacrifice they managed to protect the lives of many people. One day the time will come where you will be able to understand it. Listen, I would risk my life to save you, so you can call me Kota, stopping, remembering as he approached Izuku, crying, you didn't know anything about me. I treated you very badly and yet you went so far. Why go so far? Izuku, heroes save those in trouble and give people hope. Smiling slightly, I don't care if you're a stranger or something. Watching Kota shed tears if being able to save someone and give them hope is the reward. Kota, shedding tears while smiling. Izuku, it's a pride to be a hero, smiling, thanks Nijire. Kota, crying while watching them, you are my hero. Chapter 17. At the top of the mountain. Tamura, seeing a big golden glow in the distance, looks like that idiot failed. Looking at the area where Muscular was, holy crap, scratching his neck. I hope to at least get the second objective. Mountain top. Izuku, lying on the floor breathing heavily. I almost didn't tell it. Kota, are you okay? Izuku, yes, this is nothing. Standing up but falls again. I think I am seriously ill. Kota, you think? You have serious injuries, you should rest. Izuku, no, using Pollen Garden to slowly heal himself. The battle is not over yet, I have to go help them. Kota, but you're in no condition to fight. Izuku, calm down, I'll heal on the way. Pollen Garden began to move as Izuku healed. Follow me. Kota and Izuku headed to the camp to warn them about the target of the attack. Cabin. Before moments. Dabi, seeing how Aizawa had dodged his flames by climbing onto the wall, humph as expected from a professional hero about to throw more flames at him. Aizawa, that's useless, holding him with his ribbons, hitting him with his knee in the head and immobilizing him on the ground. Your objectives, numbers and positions, now. Dabi, why should I tell you? Aizawa, because I'll do this, dislocating his arm, then it will be your right arm. Let's be rational. If I get to your legs, it will be a problem to carry you. Dabi, are you in a hurry, Eraser? Aizawa, seeing more flames coming out of the forest, what's going on? Lita, Sensei arriving with Mineta and Ojiro. Dabi, taking advantage of the distraction to get up. I've taken a lot of damage, I won't be able to resist much longer. I suppose it's not for nothing that you're a hero. Teacher, tell me. Teacher, beginning to disintegrate into a kind of black mud. How precious are your students? I hope you can protect them all until we meet again. Disintegrating completely. Aizawa, looking at his students go inside. I'll be back soon. Forest. Izuku, with a slightly better Pollen Garden, it shouldn't take us long to get there. Kota, look over there, pointing into the distance. Izuku Sensei. Aizawa, Midoriya, what happened to you? Seeing Izuku's wounds, forget it, go back now while I. Izuku, Sensei, I have a lot to tell you, but first I have to talk to Mandalay. Kota goes down, I leave it to you, returning to his way looking for Mandalay. Aizawa, listen, making Izuku look at him, I know you're not normal, and if some villain was able to put you in so much trouble, then this is more serious than I thought, so tell Mandalay this. Forest entrance. Magna, that was close, dodging Tiger's punches. Tiger, this guy is reading my every cat combat move. Mandalay, damn, you are persistent, fighting with Spinner. Spinner, you're the persistent one, you fake jumping to give him a strong blow with his sword. Hurry up and let me purge you. Izuku, chastiefol, hitting Spinner in the abdomen. Mandalay arriving at his side. Kota is already safe, but I have a message from Aizawa Sensei. Use your quirk and tell everyone, giving him all the information he had. Mandalay, transmitting the message to everyone with his quirk. Students of Class A and B. I, the professional hero Eraserhead, take full responsibility and authorize all of you to enter combat using your quirks. In addition to confirming that the objectives are the students Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo, if you see them, escort them to the cabin. Okay, thanks for the information. Now return to the cabin to seeing how he ran off into the forest. Wait, come back. Near the cabin. Aizawa, running, carrying Koda in his arms. Koda, sir, will he be okay? Starting to cry. I hit him before, and yet he took all those hits just to save me, and I still haven't apologized for how I treated him. He'll be okay, right? Aizawa, it will be okay. He has no intention of dying. He still has many things to do, including clarifying a few things, and don't worry, he may look very weak, but you saw his power himself. He will heal and come back stronger. Forest. Bakugo, dodging several teeth. So they want me, huh? Pushing himself with his explosions. Holy shit, Bakugo had an attack and Todoroki caught him. That bastard won't let me get close. Moonfish, using its teeth to create a shield and attack at the same time. Bakugo, dodging his attacks. Bastard being interrupted by a loud noise. Shudo, he won't let us get close. Bakugo, do you think I don't know? Dodging another attack. Fairy King's Forest, Sacred Tree. In the area where the sacred treasures were, one began to shine, specifically the divine staff Kurekasi, which left the place where it was and went straight to who knows where. With Izuku. Izuku, seeing the staff that was being directed at someone and was shining, he already chose someone as his bearer. Smiling, I already knew it was you. With Bakugo. Bakugo, with his hand outstretched and holding the staff. What the hell is this? At that very moment Izuku was arriving. Izuku, you use it, you probably know how to use it. Bakugo, how the buck are you here? And what the buck does that probably mean? Izuku, you deal with it, damn it. Bakugo, good. With a movement of his hands he moved the staff throughout his body, and at the end when he grabbed it with both hands he generated an explosion. Hey, this shit is great. Izuku, you've got a damn target in front of you. Shuto, Bakugo, I've taken down a demon. Bakugo, jumping with the staff in hand, shine, he moved his arms at an extraordinary speed, attacking Moonfish, which with each hit he received had an explosion half and half. Shuto, yes, throwing a flame which left Moonfish unconscious. Bakugo, landing Deku, this shit is awesome, I'm keeping it. Izuku, he chose you anyway, so I can't do anything. Bakugo, had trying to do the same move he did at the beginning, but it stuck. What the buck? I got it right the first time. Izuku, that happened to me. I was able to use chastiefol the first time, but then I had to train hard to continue using it, so you're going to have to do the same. Bakugo, yeah, there's no other way. Tokoemi, please someone shed some light, suffering from the loss of control of his quirk. Izuku, one problem solved and a new one begins. Chastiefol stood next to him. Luminosity, the spear transformed into a sphere that illuminated the entire place. Shuto, lowering his left hand that had a small flame. Izuku, I beat you, smiling and then turning to look at Tokoemi, are you okay? Tokoemi, breathing with difficulty, yes, thank you very much. Looking at Izuku Midoriya, what happened to you? Why are you hurt? Izuku, long story but in short, a villain with a very old power. Shoji, arriving, I'm glad you're okay, but you two, seeing Izuku and Bakugo, have to go back to the professionals. Bakugo, with this new power they won't be able to catch me, I'll finish them all. About to leave. Izuku, Bakugo, we have to listen to them, there are very strong villains here. I don't know if it was just the one I faced, but he had demonic blood, surprising everyone. As you know, I am a fairy, and before there were demons, and this villain had his powers. Shuto, what was that? Listening to something. Izuku, you know what, Bucket, we're going to help our comrades. Shoji, wait, what about Mandalay's orders? Tokoemi, I don't think Midoriya will rest running after him, but we still have to make sure nothing happens to them. Bakugo, holy shit, I hope I keep using this thing. Looking at the staff, or I'll use it on you running after them. Forest, a few moments before. Tsuyu, Ochako, is your arm okay? Next to Uraraka, who was holding a wound. Toga, NGGHH, so shallow, so small, looking at his bloody knife. Tsuyu, running out of nowhere, trying to cut us off like that. What's wrong with you? Who would do something like that? Toga, I'm Toga, you two are lying, is pointing the knife at Uraraka and see Uraraka Ajui. Uraraka, she knows our names. Tsuyu, probably from the sports festival. Either way, we're at a disadvantage because of the information they have about us. Toga, I need more blood. Normally I would have to make a big wound, whack and dry them with my mouth. But with this machine, all it takes is a small stab and it finishes the job on its own. Just a small cut. Lunging towards the two. Uraraka, it's coming towards us. Tsuyu, Ochako throwing her with his tongue towards the trees, run towards the building. Authorization to fight doesn't mean we have to defeat the villains, it means we have to protect ourselves. You know, that's what Aizawa meant. Uraraka, you see Tsuyu too. Tsuyu, of course, I'll also go. She is interrupted by a cut on her tongue. Toga, oh little Tsuyu. Tsuyu, I like the sound of that. Do you mind if I call you Tsuyu or Tsuyu? Tsuyu, jumping towards a tree. Forget it. The only ones who can talk to me like that are my friends. Toga, so I guess that makes us friends. Yay, throwing a hook at her, trapping her in a tree. Uraraka, Tsutsu. Toga, oh you're bleeding. Little Tsutsu, you're so cute and I love blood. Uraraka, get away from her, running towards Toga who attacked her with a knife, but Uraraka dodged it. Uraraka, remembering her training in the internships to immobilize her on the ground. Toga, little Ochako, you're spectacular too. You're just like me. Is there someone you love? And that person you think of, you want to see him, her, right? I understand, I'm a girl after all. Izuku, chastiefol went to Toga and made a small cut to Toga. Uraraka, Tsuyu, are you okay? Tsuyu, Midoriya guys. Toga, getting out of Uraraka's grip and starting to go into the forest. There are a lot of people, and I really don't want to die, so bye escaping. Izuku, that girl just now. Uraraka, she was just a crazy villain. Tsuyu, Ochako, your wound. Uraraka, I'm fine, I can walk. In fact, I'm more worried about Midoriya. How can you keep walking? Izuku, with Pollen Garden, but don't worry, I'm fine. Uraraka, we should go back now, and have Aizawa-sensei look for Bakugo. Izuku, huh? But if he was turning to see that he wasn't. Compress. On top of a tree, I just used my magic to take it, calling everyone's attention. Someone like him has no business being on the hero's side, not when we have a stage for him to shine even more. Izuku, Guardian appeared, but the villain dodged it. Shit. Shuto, Midoriya, rest a moment, we will take care of it, taking a step forward with the others. Compress, speaking through the communicator to his entire team, I have captured one of the targets, and the other is too injured to defend himself. I'm sorry to ruin your fun, but it's time to finish this mission. While you get to the meeting point, I will take Midoriya to point X. Starting the battle where the wounds of the majority played against them, Tsuyu's cut tongue, the cut on Uraraka's leg, the wounds on Shoji's arms caused by dark shadow which Tokoyami did not dare to take out again for fear of hurting more of his friends. The only one who could put up a decent fight was Shuto, but in a small oversight, Compress had captured Izuku, thus beginning their escape along the top of the trees. Shuji, we have to get Midoriya and Bakugo back running. Tokoyami, damn, that masked man is fast. Uraraka, if only Ida were here. Shuto, we can't give up, we must catch up and bring them back. Shoji, at this rate we will lose him. Shuto, Uraraka, make us float. Ajui, when we're floating, launch us with all your might. Shoji, use your arms to guide our path. Meeting point. Twice. Arriving next to Dabi. Hey, Dabi, shit, I just noticed, should we have called the Nomu? You said he only responded to you, right? Dabi, ah shit, you're right, I had forgotten. That thing probably already killed someone at this point. I guess it already did its part, I'll call it. Forest. Aways, dragging Momo full of wounds. This is bad, this is very bad. Running away from the Nomu. Aways, Yayorozu, are you alive? Hey please, I need you to run, it's catching up to us. Momo, barely conscious, I'm sorry Aways, but I can't run. Aways, what the buck is this thing? About to be hit, but the Nomu turns around and walks away. Huh? What's happening now? Why is it leaving? Momo, could it be that the villains have completed the mission and captured Bakugo and Midoriya? I have to do something to try to help them. Creating a small GPS in her hand. Aways, use your quirk on him with this. A ways, understood, attaching the GPS to the back of the Nomo and returning to where Momo is ready. I've already attached it. Let's go away now that we have the opportunity helping Momo walk. Meeting point. Toga oh? So far it's just us? Dabi, crazy girl, did you get your blood? How many people went? Toga, only one. Twice, just one? Didn't you say there would be at least 3? Toga, there's nothing I could do, I thought I would be killed, with a big smile. Twice, why are you so excited? Did something happen to you? Toga, I made some friends. Dabi, both of you, shut your mouths watching Compress fall with Shudo, Shuji, Uraraka and Tokoemi on his back. Twice, I know you, who are you? Dabi, Compress dodges throwing a large flame. Compress, understood. Shudo, releasing another flame in which the level of difference could be seen. You will not take my friend, villains. Dabi, this is the strength of Endeavor's perfect creation. Pathetic. Twice, creating several clones of Dabi, starting a battle between the copies and the students. Compress, getting up and approaching the original Dabi, and to think that they came flying behind me, that was a wonderful trick. Dabi, Midoriya and Bakugo? Compress, of course, checking his pocket, noticing that there is nothing. Shoji, these are Midoriya and Bakugo, aren't they, Mr. Magician? Showing 2 spheres in his hand. Compress, clapping. Oh, in that short period of time you were able to locate them. Unfortunately, a magician always hides an ace up his sleeve, taking off his mask and sticking out his tongue, showing the originals. Kurogiri, opening a portal behind the villains where Tamura came from. I'm sorry for the delay. I took the liberty of picking up Magna and Spinner. Only you gentlemen and young lady are missing. Tamura, let's go, we already have what we want entering the portal. Dabi, see you later, heroes. Compress, as a token of my kindness, releasing Izuku and Bakugo so that Dabi can grab them later. Say goodbye. Izuku, tell Nijire that I love her, burying chastiefol in the ground. Bakugo, bucket, releasing the staff so that it is next to chastiefol. Uraraka, Midoriya reaching out to record him. Tokoemi, Bakugo. Shuto, stepping so that some ice goes to Dabi, but he burned it. Dabi, bye-bye. The portal closed with Izuku and Bakugo inside it. The two had been kidnapped. The villains had fulfilled their objective. Today the heroes had lost. Midoriya apartment. Nijire, do you want me to help you with anything else, Mrs. Inko? Inko, don't worry, daughter, and call me Inko. After all, you are my son's girlfriend. Nijire, sorry, it's the custom, stopping to look at a photo of Inko. Izuku and her in an amusement park. What a nice photo, caressing the photo. Inko, yes, I know. When Izuku comes back, the 3 of us will go to an amusement park. What do you think? Nijire, I think that's a fantastic idea, leaving the photo without realizing that the glass on Izuku's face had cracked a little. Back to camp. Those present were just stunned, watching how 2 of their friends, one very close to them and one somewhat distant but a friend, had been kidnapped in front of them. Not knowing what to do, some just screamed in helplessness. The heroes had asked. Chapter 18. According to Vlad King's report of the events, ambulances and fire trucks arrived 15 minutes after the villains left. Of the 40 students, 15 lost consciousness and were in critical condition due to the gas. 11 were injured, ranging from minor to serious. 12 were unharmed and 2 were missing. Of the 6 pro-heroes, 1 suffered a head injury and is in critical condition. Another one, who left a large trail of blood, has disappeared. On the other hand, among the villains, 3 were apprehended and immediately arrested. The other villains, who left them behind, disappeared without a trace. And so the training camp in the forest that they had been waiting for so long came to an end, with the worst possible outcome. Unknown location, days after the camp. Bakugo, throwing a ball at the wall. Of all the damn people, I had to play with you grabbing the ball again. Izuku, believe me, I'm not having a good time either, turning to see him angry. At least they gave you a ball, they didn't even give me a damn harmonica, he said with comical tears. Bakugo, you don't have a damn necklace that prevents you from using your quirk, he said, grabbing the necklace he had around his neck. Izuku, no, but looking at his hands, there is something that prevents me from using my magic. Bakugo, There's something that won't let me sleep peacefully looking at Izuku. Izuku, maybe it's the fact that we're kidnapped and locked up. Bakugo, no, you have the skill and power to have freed yourself from the grip of that Dabi. Why didn't you do it? Izuku, the truth is that I want to confirm my suspicions. When fighting with Muscle, I felt a terrifying magical power coming from him, and if my suspicions are true, I fear that the League of Villains has a terrifying power in their hands. Bakugo, I see, throwing the ball again. Tamura, opening the door, you two, the master wants to see you. Kurojairi, appearing behind them, come on. Izuku, we have no choice, right? Tamura, you're right, kicking Izuku's back and then Bakugo's so that these two enter the portal. Bakugo, what the buck, why is everything dark? Izuku, if only I had chastiefol. Welcome Midoriya. Izuku, Bakugo Katsuki. Izuku, who are you? Bakugo, who the hell are you exactly? AFO, you know me as All for One, and you are here because I have come to make you an offer. Stretching out his hand, join me and you will obtain power, fame, wealth, everything you desire. What do you say? Do you accept? Izuku, I don't need it, everything I want is waiting for me to come back. Bakugo, I will achieve all of that with my own effort. AFO, I knew they would answer something like that. That's why before they returned to their cage, pointing to a place where several lights came on and made Izuku open his eyes in shock. You know them, don't you? Izuku. Izuku, damn it, how did you get them? AFO, over there, pointing at the two demon corpses. The blood of these two will lead Japan to its destruction. You yourself tested their strength. Looking at how Izuku was sweating and had an angry look, sit back and admire how Japan falls before me. Turning to look at Tamura and Kurojairi, take them away. Kurojairi, yes master, opening a portal so that Tamura can then push them both to kill them in the portal. Izuku, poking his head out and then pointing at him, I'm going to get out of this place and I'm going to stop you all for one, I swear. AFO, I want to see you try it, ha 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 ha, starting to laugh like a maniac, ha 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 ha. Izuku and Bakugo's room/prison. Izuku, Bakugo, you are a bearer of one of the legendary weapons, I need you to help me in this fight. Bakugo, obviously I'll help you, nerd, but first we have to get out of here. Izuku, yes, I'll see you later. Nijire. UA Academy meeting room, 2 days later. Midnight. That a training camp that prepares students for combat is attacked is shameful, is what the press says. Sniper. Fear of awakening villain. We were very naive in recognizing the legitimacy of this threat. They have started the war. The war to dominate and have supremacy in our society of heroes. Midnight. It was a very quick succession of events. We thought all organized crime had been eliminated. Present Mike. The main point is that, without realizing it, peace has softened us. To the point where we thought we had time to prepare for the villains. All Might. With his hands on his face, my own uselessness infuriates me. While all of them were desperately fighting, I was wasting my time, and not only that, 2 of my students are missing. When he said that last name, the atmosphere became tense. Sniper. The kidnapping of Katsuki, Bakugo, and Izuku Midoriya is the biggest failure of the UA. They took our credibility along with them too. Midnight. Showing a newspaper and a tablet. Right now the press is in a frenzy of criticism towards the academy, and wondering what we will do with the strongest student we had dead. All Might. Receiving a call. Excuse me, I have to answer. Tsukachi. On the other end of the call. All Might. I think we found the location of the League of Villains. I spoke with your student Yayorozu, who gave me a GPS tracker that she managed to place on a Noma that attacked her, and with the help of several statements from local residents, we're sure we have them. Endeavor has managed to gather many heroes, including the entire top team, for this rescue. Only you are missing. Come quickly to begin the operation. Midoriya house. Hours later. Inko, looking at the ground. My baby missing. Nijire, Zuzu watching TV, which had 2 images, one of Bakugo and one of Izuku. Why? Inko, Nijire, tell me my son is okay. Nijire, he will be fine. Doubting her words, he and Bakugo will protect each other. Zuzu is very strong. Inko, the heroes have to rescue them, they must be having a really bad time. Bakugo playing with a ball and Izuku waiting for his harmonica. Nijire, I hope you are okay. Zuzu sitting down and then hugging her legs. I miss you so much, she said, and then hid her face, which had small tears in her eyes. Time skipped 5 days in the hospital. The heroes had already prepared and made several plans to rescue Bakugo and Izuku. At that time, those who were unconscious or injured had already recovered and had learned from Ida that they were going to rescue Bakugo and Izuku. Ida, Momo is the class president, so I told her what you were planning, and she told me she will take you with her, looking at Shuto and Kirishima. Shuto, but they are going to rescue our comrades. Ida, it doesn't matter, come with me, I'll take you to Momo. Momo's room. Momo, looking at a window. Hey guys, turning around and seeing the three. Shuto, what do you need, Yaoyorozu? I don't have much time. Momo, it's fast. I know you want to rescue Izuku and Bakugo, but I would sincerely recommend you not to do it. Kirishima, are you serious? They're our friends and they must be being tortured right now. With Izuku and Bakugo. Izuku, finally, damn it, grabbing a box that was passed to him. I already have my harmonica, starting to play it. Bakugo, would you please shut up? Back with the others. Momo, I know very well that the professional heroes are planning to rescue them. We are only going to be a hindrance in their mission, plus I have a bad feeling. Shuto, thinking about what he said. Ida, guys, Yaoyorozu is right. We don't have the power or the strength. If Izuku was here, maybe it would be different, but we are more of a hindrance than a help. Kirishima, but clenching his fists. Shuto, no, they're right, we're a nuisance. And so they were unable to form their rescue plan because they knew they were more of a hindrance than a help, even though it is hard for them to admit it. The next day, at night. Endeavor, watching from afar, looks like it's about time. Gran Torino, that's right, we're getting those two brats back. All Might, knocking on a door. Did anyone order pizza? Twice. The pizza has arrived. Smash. The door, or rather the entire bar, was destroyed, and the villains who were going to fly out were caught by Best Jeanist and Kamui. All Might, looking for Bakugo and Midoriya with his eyes. Where are they? Kurogyri, I'm sorry to disappoint you, opening a portal, but they are not here. All Might, trying to grab the villain but couldn't, and oh. Ha, too late, All Might. A wave of power came out of the bar that destroyed everything around it and sent all the heroes flying. All Might, all for one, I'll make you come back, all together running towards AFO. AFO, are you going to kill me? You sure took your time getting here, didn't you? Causing a strong shockwave damaging the nearby buildings even more. The bar is not more than 5 kilometers from here. It took you 30 seconds to get here after sending that Nomu. I could even bring the League. All Might, getting up from the ground and clenching his fist tightly, unhappy. All for one. AFO, wow, even though you've gotten weaker, you're getting closer. Instead of running away like most people should do, you're approaching me. All Might, walking slowly. It can't be helped. I can't beat you up without getting closer. AFO, come as close as you want and let's start our battle. Starting a gigantic battle between all the top heroes against All for One, who thanks to his almost infinite variety of quirks and his fusions managed to throw All Might against several buildings, knocking them down completely, and while he returned to repeat the same cycle, he took care of the other heroes. None of whose techniques were of any use to them, not even Mirko's kicks, the enhanced strength of Ryukyu's dragon form, or Endeavor's flames. With Izuku and Bakugo. Izuku, without anyone seeing him, he moved his fingers. My magic power returns to normal. Bakugo, watching what Izuku was doing and then smiling. Tamura, what are you laughing at, idiot? Camp Forest. Some policemen were investigating the place, or specifically trying to lift chastiefol, but they couldn't. Even among 6 they could lift her. They rested for a moment, but moments later the spear rose and flew away. Police, where are you going? Police 2, no idea. With Izuku and Bakugo. Izuku, chastiefol. The spear was arriving and headed towards Tamura, who flew out of their Bakugo. Bakugo, yes, lowering his head so that chastiefol can cut his collar, finally generating explosions free. Helicopter. Reporter, looking at the camera. Dear viewers, We are witnessing one of the greatest battles between heroes and villains that we have ever seen, and thanks to our cameraman's Quirk, we can clearly hear everything they are saying. Turning to look away, the hero students have already been freed. Path. All Might. Arriving at high speed and giving AFO a powerful blow. I will not allow you to get away with this all for one. AFO. Stopping the blow. Heroes have so many things to protect, but are you sure you're protecting the right people? All Might. Shut up, this is exactly how you play with people like they're scum puppets. I destruction. Exploitation, manipulation. Heist. The people of the world just try to live day to day. You laugh at them, disdaining their suffering. Those are things I can't forgive. Giving him a powerful blow, and spitting blood at the same time. My time limit starting to smoke. AFO, you're getting carried away by your emotions. Tell me, what do you think the previous successor of One for All, Nana Shimura, would you think? All Might, shut up. All viewers, confused. One for All? AFO, ha ha ha, where is that successor of yours? I'm going to steal One for All from him, and you're not going to be there to stop me. Right now only the current Fairy King is capable of stopping me. You or anyone else can do it, but it doesn't matter. I'll steal his power from Izuku Midoriya. All viewers, Fairy King? A quirk that steals quirks? Much more confused. AFO, ha ha ha, you're an idiot. All Might, giving him a powerful blow that raises him several meters in the sky. Helicopter. Reporter. Seeing the state of All Might, it's like a nightmare. A single villain is putting all the top heroes on the ropes. If even All Might seems to be able to do something against him. Receiving a message. Gentlemen, I have just been informed that this news is being seen not only by all of Japan, but by the whole world. In addition, other television networks around the world have joined together to send All Might messages of support, which will be broadcast through the loudspeakers we have on our equipment. Those who want to leave their message should go to the points that will be shown on their screens. Path. AFO, looking disappointed at All Might, who was falling. You disappoint me. All Might, the symbol of peace, without the possibility of fighting, pathetic with a wicked smile and turning to look at the helicopter. Today, you will see how your hero will die. A bear-like hand grabs All Might's leg in the air. All Might, huh? With half an eye open. Izuku, smiling, what the hell are you doing? All Might, how can you lose this guy? All Might, young Midoriya looking down to see Bakugo with his sticks. Young Bakugo. With the viewers. Nijire, Izuku, she said happily, seeing her boyfriend on TV. Inko, my son. Helicopter. Reporter. But what is that? Seeing Izuku lower All Might, and he positions himself next to Bakugo. Bring the camera closer, please. The two kidnapped students are going to fight against that villain, she said, terrified. Kamino. AFO, finally here you are. Midoriya. Izuku, pointing at Izuku. All Might, with tears in his eyes, my students have to protect me. Damn, hitting the ground. AFO, surrounding himself in darkness to show a new appearance. I have saved this form for you, Midoriya. Izuku, looking at AFO, you're playing with a power you can't understand. AFO, yes, it may be, but neither you nor anyone else will be able to stop me. Bakugo, appearing in front of AFO, damn right? Spinning on his own axis, hitting AFO, which opened his skin a little, but the darkness regenerated it. AFO, stay here, hitting the ground, but Bakugo dodged it, and then looked up and saw Izuku, surprised because some blades were buried. Izuku, you have an impressive regeneration. Looking at him seriously, can I kill you about 4 times? Otherwise, I won't be happy. AFO, expelling the blades from his body and then closing the wounds. Right now I am invincible. Endeavor, throwing a flame. Invincible, or I won't finish you. Standing in front of Izuku with some heroes, I can't let some brats take all the credit. AFO, they are just some cheap heroes, deflecting the flame and then looking up to see a Ryukyu claw. They are very weak. An attack like this is not going to have any effect on me. Grabbing the claw, but the force made him kneel. But what? Izuku, you can heal any wound, but unless you are immortal the damage will remain. Turning to see how a rabbit heroine launched herself at AFO to kick him. Thanks to All Might, you accumulated a good amount of damage. Tell me, how many times have you regenerated? Mirko, take this, hitting AFO's abdomen, and then Ryukyu's claw buried him in the floor. Helicopter. Reporter, the heroes along with the other 2 students seem to finally be able to fight that villain. Come on, you are our heroes. with the students. Kirishima, you can do it, finish him off. Shudo, if we had been a hindrance, clenching his fists. Momo, wiping away tears, I'm glad you're okay. Elsewhere. Inko, crying while watching TV, I finished off the Izuku. Nijire, Zuzu, since when did you become so strong with red cheeks watching Izuku on TV? Kamino. Endeavor, they are very motivated seeing them. Edge shot, compared to you who rushed to attack him, you look calm. Endeavor, shut up, I'll join the action right now, turning to see Mirko who kicked AFO and went to Endeavor whom she hit and flew to the villain's base. Edge shot, taking your eyes off the battlefield can be your downfall. Endeavor dodging an attack from AFO. AFO, stay still, trying to hit him but he dodged it. Izuku, chastiefol behind edge shot was Izuku who directed his spear at AFO and hit him in the abdomen, leaving a cut on his chest. Bakugo, behind him shine, hitting him on the back. Endeavor, appearing with blood on his head, hey, damn it, hitting with a fist of fire, directing it to his base. Where the hell did you get that thing? AFO, getting up, cleaning the dust and blood, this? Pointing at the demon and everyone looking at him terrified. Helicopter. Reporter, W, what is that? She said, terrified, looking at him. It looks like a demon from Legends. Kamino. Izuku, he's a demon. Everyone looked at him, one of the most terrifying races, and that idiot used his blood to get all that power. Ryukyu, damn. AFO, ha 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 ha, starting to laugh like a maniac. Thanks to this corpse I was able to obtain all this damn power. Ryukyu, you are a bastard, hitting him, burying him several meters. Izuku, looking into the hole. Bakugo, let's go, jumping into the hole. Bakugo, yes, jumping too. Endeavor, these brats going with them. Mirko, don't stay with all the fun, jumping into the hole. Edge shot, they're idiots standing outside. Mount Lady, stay here in case they come out. She just acknowledged the rest of us will stay here waiting for them. All Might, they are amazing. Grand Tornino, don't talk, rest the aforementioned just agreed. In the hole. Izuku, Bakugo, don't pick your nose, turning to look at him. Bakugo, I do whatever I want. Endeavor, brats. Mirko, you two are strong, smiling at them. I want you in my agency. Izuku, I'll think about it, flying to then see AFO. Here you are. AFO, the doctor had just finished the research on the red demon. We were going to start the one on the gray demon, pointing at him so they could look at him seriously, but you guys came and stopped us. But if I'm right, someone with the blood of a red demon can withstand that of a gray demon. Izuku, whatever you're going to do, don't do it, you idiot. AFO, I will kill them all and then I will go to Japan, injecting himself with blood. AFO's body began to glow, and then his bones broke and his body moved strangely, and then he was back to normal without any injuries or anything. Bakugo, is that AFO? Looking at him, grabbing his staff. Endeavor, whoever it is, I will finish him, jumping to attack him with his fists surrounded by flames. Izuku, don't be stupid, he shouted at him, but he had already attacked him, but AFO sent him flying with a single movement. Mirko, smiling, this presence is terrifying, smiling more, we will finish him off. Izuku, that stupid, getting defensive. AFO, ha 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 ha, running towards them. Out of the hole. Kamui Woods, it's all very quiet, is it all over now? Grand Tornino, don't be overconfident, be prepared. A cloud of dust came out of the hole. The heroes looked there and only saw how Empty Lady was heading towards them along with Endeavor, Izuku, Bakugo and Mirko. Ryukyu, what happened? Seeing everyone fall. Izuku, that bastard injected himself with another demon's blood, we must stop him, his body was surrounded by a golden aura. All yes. AFO, dark nebula, a sphere of darkness headed towards them, but golden blades stopped it. Izuku, I won't let you hurt any more people, with his fingers raised. AFO, stupid fairy king, I will finish you all off. He lunged towards them, but a giant foot crushed him. Empty Lady, I will not allow it, crushing him several times. Edge shot, cutting through him. Ryukyu, hitting him with his dragon tail and then hitting him with his claw. Mirko, appearing above him and then kicking him, burying him in the floor. Best Jeanist. With his quirk he grabbed him by his clothes and slammed him against the ground several times. Endeavor. With fire coming out of his hands, Prominence Burn hitting AFO hard. AFO, they are stupid. He was going to regenerate, but an explosion gave him his Raikyu. Bakugo. Hello, hitting him with his Chakos, and with each blow that AFO received, this generated an explosion shine, tying AFO's neck with his Chakos and then kicking him. All Might. Standing up, everyone is doing their best to defeat him, watching everyone attack him as a symbol of peace. No, as a hero and teacher of the future generation of heroes, raising his fist, I will surpass my limits here, and now running towards All for One United State of. When he was close to AFO, he hit him in the face, burying him in the ground. Smash. Helicopter. Reporter. Looking surprised. This is the power of the strongest in Japan, they are incredible. Everyone was happy, not only because it seemed that AFO was defeated, but because they saw the ability, and why they are the protectors. They were already sure that everything was over, or so it seemed. Kamino. The power of the blow created a tornado around them, leaving AFO on the ground, and All Might backed away to prevent anything bad from happening. But even with that magnitude of those attacks, AFO was still alive, and his first objective was to kill All Might. AFO, die, lunging to bury his claw. All Might, shit, backing away, but he knew it was the end. This is as far as I go. When AFO was going to kill All Might, a green bear hit him in the jaw, causing him to rise into the sky. Blades formed behind him, causing him to bury himself in the ground. Izuku, don't tell me you were planning to die here. All Might smiling at him. All Might, of course not, I still have things to do while I'm alive, smiling at him. Izuku, well, don't just accept your fate that easily. AFO, standing up, I love to see them with a look of hope, but it's over. A dark aura emerged from his body that destroyed everything in its path. The dark aura, when it covered everything and when it was gone, you could see the seriously injured heroes, some unconscious except for one person, Izuku, who managed to cover himself with the pollen garden, but it was destroyed and he received some damage. AFO, I knew you were the one who was going to survive that attack, but unfortunately for you, Midoriya, this is where it ends, throwing himself towards him. Izuku, breathing heavily as he watched him. AFO, die, already about to attack Izuku. All Might, stretching out his hand, Midoriya Shonen. Midoriya house. Nijire, Zuzu moved from there, worried about her boyfriend. Inko, Izuku, don't stay still. Helicopter. Reporter, our heroes, with a single attack everyone was defeated. What kind of monster is this? Kamino. AFO, die, about to touch Izuku. Bakugo, kicking him in the face with the momentum of his explosions. You die. AFO, insect after insect, they just keep coming, hitting Bakugo in the face, and then launching himself at him. You should have stayed where you were, burying his claw in his abdomen. Bakugo, paw spitting blood, hee. AFO, why are you laughing? Can't you see that you're about to die? Removing his claw from his abdomen. Bakugo, I am laughing because I can't believe you're such an idiot. AFO, why? Looking at him angrily, all this magical power, where does it come from? Bakugo, isn't it obvious, idiot? Hitting with his explosions so that Best Jeanist could later pull him with his threads. I was just a simple distraction. AFO, turning to see Izuku, who was shining brightly. Midoriya. Izuku, this is where you come in. All for One. Behind him a sunflower formed, but smaller than the original, and in its center there was a hole, and around that hole there were some teeth. True spear, chastiefol. The sunflower began to gather energy in its center. Mode 4, sunflower. The sunflower expelled a giant ray into the sky so that it then went to AFO, destroying a large part of him and leaving him unconscious. Helicopter. Reporter, they did it. The heroes won. They defeated All for One. Midoriya house. Inko, hugging Nijire, they did it. They defeated that villain. Nijire, yes, with small tears in her eyes, watching TV. I want to see you now, Zuzu. Kamino. The aura surrounding Izuku disappeared. Izuku, breathing heavily. We won. We defeated him. Watching as the heroes slowly got up. We did it, falling to the ground, and then seeing Bakugo, who had blood around him. Bakugo was the last thing he said before falling unconscious. Chapter 19. Izuku. Midoriya, aka Fakin King and current king of the fairies, you are exiled from Japan. POV Izuku. You might be wondering, how did we get to this? Well, all this happened 3 weeks after the Kamino incident, but we're going to pick up everything after I woke up, approximately 3 days after that incident. Normal POV. Flashback 3 weeks ago. Hospital. Nijire, lying on the edge of the stretcher. When are you going to wake up, Izuku? Izuku, slowly opening his eyes. What happened? Nijire, looking at him with small tears in her eyes. Zuzu. Izuku, baby, are you okay? Nothing happened to you, right? Nijire, hugging him. You're a fool, you worry about me even though you were the one who fought. Izuku, I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you. Hugging him back. Nijire, can we stay like this a little longer? Climbing to Izuku. Izuku, of course I do, baby, I missed you. Nijire, me too. The two remained hugging each other like that for several seconds until Inko, Nijire is already resting. If you want you can go rest. Seeing the two hugging Izuku. Izuku, turning to look at her mom. Smiling at her. How are you, mom? Inko, hugging him. How can you ask me that? You were the one who had a bad time. But now that you're here I feel much better. Izuku, and I won't leave again. Looking at the two, I promise. Inko/Nijire, yes. Doctor, entering. Very well, it's time for your daily checkup. Oh Midoriya, I see you're awake, he said, looking at him surprised. We'll do some tests to check your condition, and we can see when we can discharge you. But first, how's your back? Izuku, my back? Touching his back. What is this? Trying his best to see his back. Are these wings? I already have wings. Turning to see his mother and Nijire. Look, I already have my own wings. Inko, how cute they are. Izuku. Nijire, that means you are officially the king of the fairies. Izuku, yes, although remembering the fairy from the camp that had bigger wings. Yua with comical tears. UA Academy conference room. Nizu, well, what do you think of my idea? Turning to look at the other teachers. Cementas, I like it. The truth is it would be nice to have the students in the academy to make sure they are okay. Midnight, and don't let a kidnapping happen in our presence. Nizu, okay, so the project that has been in my head for years, Hey Alliance. Or in simple terms, UA dormitories. Turning to look at the teachers. All in favor? Everyone raised their hands. Good, all in favor. Sniper, but director, don't you think we should talk to the parents to get permission to come to the bedrooms? Nizu, you're right. That's why I already decided who's going to go with each family. The director assigned everyone a family except Aizawa, and you, Professor Aizawa, are going to go with the Bakugos. Aizawa, shit, it's okay director, but the student Midoriya is missing. Nizu, I'll take care of that one. Elsewhere. Japanese government conference room. Senator 1, Izuku, Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo were rescued, and at the same time we managed to defeat that villain. Senator 2, he had great power thanks to that being that faking king called Demon. If we had a little of his blood we would have the strongest heroes. Senator 3, are you forgetting that power drove All for One crazy? Who knows what could happen to our heroes? Senator 6, we're getting off topic. Turning on a hologram in the facilities where the UA school camp was held, several villains were found. Senator 5, what does that have to do with us? Senator 4, we were informed that when they found the body of a villain they found a field of fog, according to our theory and based on legends. Senator 2, are you basing this on legends? Senator 6, no, it's already a reality. Izuku Midoriya is the king of the fairies, and that forest that is there is the legendary forest of the Fairy King. Senator 1, aren't you supposed to not be able to enter? Senator 6, yes, it has to be manipulated, and the Fairy King has not manipulated it, so we can still enter. Senator 3, what is all this about? This is invading territory, and I understand that currently no one rivals Midoriya's power. Senator 6, you are right, that is why we will have a conference with him, so that he accepts a deal and can have his resources. Senator 3, a mutual deal, I like it. What are we going to offer him? Senator 6, with a wicked smile, he can stay in Japan. If he doesn't accept, we will exile him. Senator 4, I'm against that, we would lose a lot of power if Midoriya is exiled. Senator 2, Exactly, wouldn't it be better to offer him something else? Senator 6, calm down, Midoriya will accept, and in terms of power, don't forget, we have All Might and Katsuki Bakugo have shown to have great power. The other senators just stared at him thinking that this will all go wrong. Time skip 2 days, home of the Midoriyas. Nizu, knocking on the door. Inko, who is it? Nizu, I am the director of the UA Academy, Director Nizu. Inko, opening the door, oh, welcome, come in, you can have a seat. Nizu, thank you, this will be quick, Mrs. Midoriya. We want you to authorize us to leave Izuku in our care. What I mean is to let him stay in the UA dormitories. Inko, I see, drinking tea I can't refuse, after all my son wants to be a hero, but I just want to be guaranteed something, my son's safety. Nizu, I promise you, your son will be safe with us. Inko, I appreciate it. I know Izuku has the strength to protect himself, but he wouldn't forgive me if something happened to him. Smiling at Nizu, make my son's dream come true. Nizu, I promise you, Izuku will be in good hands. Time skip 4 days later. A week and a half before the conference. Izuku, with Guardian behind him carrying his things. Hey guys, greeting his friends. Kirishima, Midoriya, how are you? Bakugo, nerd, looking closely at Izuku, you look different. Denki, that's right, Midoriya, did you get a new haircut? Momo, you look more confident in yourself. Izuku, hee, smiling at them, I'm glad you noticed. Turning around, I finally belong to the men's club. Denki, hey, when did these wings sprout? Touching them. Bakugo, ha 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 ha, how small. Kirishima, so you already have wings, congratulations, you can finally join the ranks of men. Izuku, with a downcast look. Denki / Bakugo, ha 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 ha, but he has the wings of a baby, ha 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 ha. The three who were looking at Izuku's wings burst out laughing while Izuku had a depressive aura. Izuku, shut up with comical tears. Aizawa, Midoriya, I'm glad you're with us and you already have your wings, also your Bakugo. Surprisingly, you looking at his students didn't do anything stupid. Shuto, actually, if we were going to, someone covered her mouth. Izuku, better not say anything, Shuto. Aizawa, okay, I'll show you your new home. Walking to the dorms. Inside the bedrooms. Mina, wow, it's very big. Aizawa, Sasai, there's the kitchen, which is also the dining room. Pointing to the kitchen, here where we are clearly is the entrance, which connects to the living room, and the rooms are separated by men and women, so that they do not do anything. That includes the bathrooms and the laundry room. Momo, wow, the UA really thought of everything. Aizawa, well, you have the day off to settle into your rooms, getting into your sleeping bag. Mina, how about we have a romancer? Jumping for joy. Izuku / the others, no / yes. Izuku, hey, I don't want to participate. Mina, ignoring Izuku, alright, a room contest has been decided, let's tidy up and give a winner run. 2 hours later. Mina, everyone is ready, we'll see Izuku's room. Izuku, why mine first? Mina, is there something wrong with it? Hagakure, do you have things you don't want us to see? Entering her room. Izuku, not that I know of, thinking, hey, it's not fair, I didn't want to participate. Mina, looking at the room, it's a normal room. Izuku, well, yes, what were you expecting? Siro, I honestly expected, pointing at the wall, your spear there, it would look great, everyone else agreed. Izuku, well, actually that's chastiefol, pointing to a green pillow, it's more comfortable than all the other pillows. When he said that, everyone went to bed in chastiefol. Uraraka, it's like being on a cloud. Momo, not even the pillows we have at home can match this one. Kirishima, my body completely relaxed as soon as I lay down. Izuku, hey, it's my pillow, everyone ignored him, how disrespectful. And so they spent the whole afternoon looking at the room until Bakugo's arrived. Bakugo, don't come in standing in front of everyone. Mina, only yours is missing, get out of the way. Kirishima, come on old man, participate. Bakugo, no. Izuku, snapping his fingers, and Guardian grabbed Bakugo, thank you. Bakugo, nerd, what the hell are you doing? I thought we were already friends. Izuku, I want to see your room entering. It's just as common as mine seeing a punching bag except for that bag. What do you use it for? Bakugo, I just bought it. It's to practice with the sacred treasure. Izuku, it's going to break. Bakugo, I'll buy another one. And so I end the day saying that all the rooms were beautiful. Time skip next day. Entrance to room 1A. Izuku, well, just like the first day, taking a step, but the sound of a horn stops him. Nizu, may Izuku Midoriya report to the principal's office? Izuku, what will the director need? Starting to walk to the director's office. Nijire, coming to his side, what did you do, Zuzu? Izuku, me? Nothing, I was just going to enter my classroom, babe flying with his 2 hugs behind his neck. Nijire, standing in front of him, well, good luck anyway, giving him a kiss on the lips. I already have class, giving him another kiss, see you later, walking away from him. Izuku, how I love her. Izuku flew calmly until he reached the director's door. Izuku, knocking on the door, can I come in, director? Nizu, come in. Izuku entered and the director saw him. Oh, young Midoriya, how good that you could come. Izuku, did something happen, director? Nizu, changing his attitude to a serious one, I'll be honest with you, everyone already knows that you are the Fairy King. Izuku, yes, I already know that, I have no problem with that. Nizu, I know that very well, young man, but the High Command found out about that. Izuku looked at him with a raised eyebrow. In the camp they discovered the Fairy King's forest. Izuku, Nizu, and you already know how humans are, not all of them, the clear example is All Might. But when they discover the sacred tree and based on the history of your spear, they want your resources. Izuku, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'll give them. You're right, I can give them what they want, but it won't be enough, they'll want more of that. Nizu, that's the problem, they're not going to give up until they get it, and what worries me is that this situation will affect us greatly. Nizu, exile yourself. Izuku, looking at him surprised, clenching his fists. Nizu, in a week and a half, there is a conference, and you have to go so they can reach an agreement. Izuku, but it's too early. Nizu, I know, they want to do it to leave you cornered. Izuku, shit. Nizu, that was all, prepare well, in the end I know you will make the right decision. Izuku, thank you, director, leaving the office. Nizu, good luck, young Izuku. In the dining room. Kirishima, looking at Izuku, what happened, Midoriya? Suddenly you were called to the address. Izuku, eating deep in thought. Bakugo, nerd, seeing that he didn't react. Izuku, I just discovered the forest and they already want to share resources. I wouldn't have any problems, honestly, but I'm afraid they'll abuse my trust eating. Denki, Midoriya touching him to electrocute him. Izuku, falling to the ground, what's wrong with you? Bakugo, more like what's wrong with you, you've been ignoring us for a while now. Ida, Midoriya, are you okay? We're friends, you can count on us. Uraraka, yes, Midoriya, if you have a problem, you can tell us. Izuku, don't worry, everything's okay, standing up, I'm going to the bathroom. Momo, I'm worried about his attitude. Ida, yes. Bakugo, turning to see Shuto, discovers what is happening to him. Shuto, hey wait, it's okay that I'm paranoid and sometimes I have my conspiracies. Like for example that Kirishima is the son of All Might and that Midoriya lacks more power to discover, but I still can't know what's happening to him. Bakugo, how useless starting an argument with Shuto. A blue-haired girl watched from a distance as Izuku walked away and then followed him. With Izuku. Izuku, hitting the wall, damn. Nijire, is everything okay, Izuku? Grabbing his hand and then rubbing it. Izuku, Nene hugging her, I don't know what to do, clinging to her. Nijire, Izuku stroking Izuku's head, what did the director tell you? Izuku, I don't know who they are, but they want the resources of the sacred tree. Nijire, if you don't want to tell them no. Zuzu continuing with her caress. Izuku, the problem is that I'm scared, I don't know what they're going to do, they know my loved ones, I'm afraid that if I reject their request they're going to do something to you or my mom, burying his face in his chest. Nijire, no matter what happens Zuzu, I will always support you and be by your side, no matter what. Izuku, that comforts me a lot, thanks baby, I needed it. Nijire, don't worry, couples are there to support each other, you have supported me, it's my turn. Izuku, I love you Nijire, thank you for being by my side. Nijire, me too Izuku. Izuku, standing up okay, thanks, I have my ideas clearer now. Nijire, still kneeling so what are you going to do, dear? Izuku, I will refuse, I will investigate about events in the forest to have solid arguments, and if they do something to me, they will accept the consequences of their actions. Nijire, where will you investigate Zuzu? Izuku, I have two options, ask the forest fairies and also investigate where I found chastiefol. Nijire, fine, then I'll accompany you smiling. Izuku, sorry Nene, but you want to be a heroine, so do I, but as a king I have a responsibility to fulfill. Nijire, but you can't just leave school like that. Izuku, calm down, I'm going to ask Director Nizu for permission. Nijire, looking at him with doubt, okay, if you have any questions, please let me know, I couldn't stand the same thing happening to you. Izuku, if you calm down approaching to hug her waist I'll be fine. Nijire, I know approaching Izuku when you come back you'll owe me a date. Izuku, whatever you want is up to you approaching Nijire as well. Nijire, it's the first time I see you like this already very close to Izuku. Izuku, yes? About to kiss her. Ajum. Midnight, should I interrupt you? Seeing them smiling. Izuku, nope, giving a quick kiss on the lips to Nijire, see you Nene walking away from there. Nijire, I wanted many she thought with a pout, hello Professor Midnight. Midnight, if you want, I'll lend you an empty living room smiling. Nijire, blushing teacher? Midnight, ha 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 ha, just kidding, turning around to leave but you and him in a hallway at lunchtime where there's no one, I don't think you want it to be a joke. Nijire, very blushing. Midnight, and by the silence I think it is not, ha ha ha. And so Izuku solved his mental dilemma. Director's office. Izuku, Headmaster Nizu. Nizu, oh young Midoriya, what brings you back to my office? Taking a sip from his cup. Izuku, I came to ask you in favor or a request. Nizu, and what would it be? Izuku, can I leave you alone the week before the conference starts? Nizu, just that? You can do it young Midoriya, don't worry, as director I will support you with everything you need, the UA is on your side. Izuku, thank you very much, director, can I ask you another favor? Nizu, as long as it's within my reach, yes. Izuku, you are the smartest person on this planet, can you help me research the history of the forest? Nizu, of course. Izuku, well, with your permission I leave. Nizu, see you soon young Midoriya. Izuku left the principal's office with one idea in mind, stop them from obtaining the forest's resources. Time skip. Conference day. Izuku, good morning, senators sitting down. Senator, good morning, young Izuku Midoriya. Do you know why you are here? Izuku, I guess it's because of the sacred forest, right? Senator, yes, we want you to authorize us to enter the forest. Izuku, entering the forest? Why? Their priority is the people of Japan. Why would they want to enter the forest? Senator, the forest is in our territory, therefore, it is also ours. Izuku, I'm sorry to inform you that you arrived much later, the sacred tree has been there for a long time. Senator, why don't we make a deal? Fairy King, you let us into the forest, and we'll let you live here. Izuku's house. Nijire, hey, that's very unfair, she said angrily. Inko, I know my girl, but we have to see how Izuku handles it. Nijire, yes, worried. Izuku's friends. Bakugo, those bastards. Kirishima, but save Japan, it deserves better. Shuto, watching everything in silence. Uraraka, something is wrong here, everyone agreed. With Izuku. Izuku, I continue with my answer. I don't care if I have to leave here or if a war starts against me. Everyone looked at him in surprise. I will not let the human race enter my forest. Senator, You are also a human, why wouldn't you let us? Izuku, for that very reason, I am half human, I know their attitudes. Senator, oh yeah? Like which ones? Izuku, discrimination. If you are quirkless, you are nobody in this world, they make you less. Some have even committed suicide because of the treatment they receive, pointing to the senator's table. And what do you do about this? Nothing. Second, quirks. You can have a very good quirk, but if it looks like a villain, you suffer discrimination, abuse of power, etc. And I can go on, Mr. Senator. Senator, I understand your point, young Midoriya, but I promise you that we will not do any of that in your forest with an innocent look. Izuku, looking at him seriously. Flashback. Izuku, looking at his cell phone. It's the director. Nizu, young Midoriya, I hope you are well. I found a book that might be useful to you. Izuku, oh yeah? What's it about? Nizu, from the story of the seven sinners comes something very interesting about the fairy king and ban the undead. Izuku, really? What's coming? Nizu, that's right, the reason for his sins is coming. End of flashback. Izuku, clenching his fists. A long time ago, the previous fairy king was blamed for a sin. Because of greed, humans deceived his friends with lies. Everyone looked at him in surprise. His friend, Hellbram, lived through all of that. He saw how all of his friends had their wings ripped off. Some covered their mouths while they asked for help. For the fairies, their wings are their freedom, and they were taken away, all for fun and a few stupid coins. Senator, Mr. Midoriya, we do not. Is interrupted by Izuku. Izuku, also, if I give you what you want but it's not enough for you, you'll ask me for more and you'll destroy my forest. Shaking his head, my answer is clear and I stand by it. I will not allow you to enter my forest. Senator, fine if that's what you want. Standing up, Izuku, Midoriya aka Fakin King and current king of the fairies, you are exiled from Japan. Izuku, fine, turning to look at him as he left. Don't come asking me for help when you need it, because I won't come. Senator, we don't need it. Izuku, good, leaving the place. Chapter 20. Time skip. 1 day later. UA Academy. Izuku, guys standing in front of his class. I think you all know, but I was exiled from Japan. Bakugo, hide in my house. Izuku, I'm sorry, but I can't. They're going to investigate the houses of all my acquaintances to verify that I'm not there. I just came to thank you for being my friends. Approaching each one, Momo. Momo, with small tears in her eyes, yes? Izuku, you're going to be a great heroine. You're a good president. Keep it up and you'll reach the top. The aforementioned mentioned, and Izuku addressed a redhead Aijiro. Kirishima, bro. Izuku, you are a man among men. Keep making yourself strong and don't let what others say to you affect you. Kirishima, standing up to hug him, I'm going to miss you. Izuku, surprised, and then hugs him. Me too. Separating and turning to see two people, Mineta, Denki. Both, yes? Izuku, stop being perverts or you will be nothing in life, especially you, Mineta. Denki has enough to be a hero. The two of them have a depressive aura and just agreed. Izuku, Ida, the aforementioned, turned to look at him. You are too square. If you only follow the conventional rules, you will never be stronger. The aforementioned turned to look at him. Ida, but... Izuku, on the battlefield anything can happen. Ida, yes. Izuku, Uraraka, turning to look at her, keep trying to give your parents what you want. Uraraka, thanks, Midoriya. Izuku, yes, turning to see a bicolor Shuto, stop being so paranoid, you scare me. Shuto, oh. Izuku, but I still consider you one of my best friends. Shuto, Midoriya, I will find a way for you to return to Japan. Izuku, okay, walking towards Bakugo, and you damn bastard. Bakugo, yeah? Loser, standing up. Izuku, we had a bad time, smiling at him, but I'm going to miss you. Shaking hands to hug each other. Unfortunately for you, you have a sacred treasure, so we're going to be seeing each other. Bakugo, hey, see you there, damn it, with his smile. Denki, Bakugo, are you crying? Bakugo, what? Touching his cheeks, of course not, idiot, it's sweat. Izuku, ha ha, turning to see Professor Aizawa. Professor, you are my idol. Aizawa, Midoriya. Izuku, I would also like to sleep everywhere in the academy. Taking something out of his backpack here, it was a sleeping bag. I bought it to do the same thing as you, but things always happened and I couldn't use it anymore. Aizawa, it looks like it's good quality, thanks. Izuku, and before I leave I want to ask you two things. The aforementioned saw it. Please continue to lead these idiots on the right path, pointing to his classroom. Aizawa, that's what I was going to keep doing. Izuku, and lastly, please put Hitoshi Shinzo in my place. The teacher looked at him surprised. He has a lot of talent, and if he is in danger or about to awaken his potential, I think there is a sacred treasure that can help him. Aizawa, why don't you give it to him right now? Izuku, if I wanted to, but the treasure chooses the bearer, not me. Aizawa, I see. Izuku, well, friends standing in front of the door, it was a pleasure to share class with you. I hope you meet your goals. Izuku walked out while his class was silent. They lost a friend, but he will always be with them. Midoriya house. Izuku, sitting while looking at his mom, I guess you already know that I was exiled. Inko, yes son, with tears in his eyes. I knew the day would come when you would leave home, but I didn't imagine it would be so soon and not like this. Izuku, Mom, before anything else happens, I was going to offer you to go live with me in the forest. What do you say? Inko, are you sure? Only fairies are allowed and I'm a human. Izuku, calm down, you're my mom, I'll protect you. Inko, I never imagined that you were a king. They are. Izuku, either do I, ha ha ha. Inko, hey Izuku, aren't you going to tell Nijire to come with you? She's your girlfriend after all. Izuku, yes, I thought about it, but it would be very selfish to ask her to come with me, wrinkling her pants, when she really does want to be a heroine. I wanted to, but I have responsibilities first. Inko, Izuku. Izuku, and I don't want her to give up her dream for me. I haven't said goodbye to her yet, so I'll go with her, and then I'll come for you to leave. Inko, okay, here I am. Time skip UA dormitory 8 p.m. Izuku, standing in the third-year dormitories of, it's time, knocking on the door for a light redhead to open it. Hello. Hello? What's wrong? Looking at Izuku, do you need something? Izuku, I'm looking for Midoriya? Izuku, turning to see a blonde who looked like Tintin. Mirio? Midoriya walking towards him and then hugging him. How are you? I saw your fight against All For One. You have a lot of power. Izuku, scratching the back of his neck, blushing. It was nothing. The top heroes and Bakugo also helped. Mirio, although I regret that you are exiled, if it had not been so, you would have been a great hero. Pretending to cough. Togata, do you know him? Mirio, are you? Yes, I know him. Pointing at him, he is the famous boyfriend of the beautiful Nijire. Smiling, he is Izuku. Midoriya. Izuku, hello, nice to meet you. Introducing himself. Are you her boyfriend? Wow, I have to admit that I'm disappointed. Izuku and Mirio fell on their backs comically. I imagined you taller. An arrow fell in Izuku's face, who called him a dwarf, more robust, now a thin one. You are not the man I imagined would be with her. Pathetic. And when she said you were a king, I imagined you commanded respect. Weak. Izuku, why, that's enough, with many arrows in his face, and weakly stretching his arm. Mirio, I think you should stop. And when that villain said you were the king of the fairies, you don't even have wings. Izuku, quickly standing up. No, you're wrong. They're turning around to point to his back. Here are my wings. Smiling proudly. With a disappointed look. What little? Izuku, getting into a squatting position and with a depressive aura. I want to go now, with his finger making circles in the grass. Ha 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 ha. Oh Midoriya, you're funny. Wiping away the tear. Nijire is in her room. Come with you, so they don't think you're a stalker entering the bedrooms. Izuku, looking strangely at Mirio. What just happened? Mirio, she's Nijire's best friend. She was curious to meet you. She wanted to see if you were suitable for her. Izuku, fit? Mirio, well, when we first met Nijire, she wasn't the person she is now. Izuku, was he different? He always acted the same with me. Mirio, you're her best friend and probably the boy she liked back then, but she was very serious. Izuku, really? Mirio, yes, well, Tamaki and I, before becoming friends with her, we saw how she rejected everyone and her only friend was you, In fact, she rejected us scratching the back of his neck. Izuku, you proposed to Nijire? Mirio, no ha ha ha. When we approached him to talk to him to be friends, he thought we approached him to declare our love. It was funny. Izuku, ha 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 ha, yes, I imagine it. Mirio, and you wanted to see if you were suitable, because most men noticed her, for her physique, you know, chest and all that. You always gave advice to Nijire for when she has a boyfriend. But who would say that it was you who occupied her heart? Even so, you passed the first test, to see if you could protect her. Izuku, it's that I'm a little brat combing his hair. Mirio, grabbing Izuku's shoulder and looking at him seriously. Midoriya, as your superior I'm going to give you some advice. Never do that again. You're my friend, but it made me feel sorry to see you do that, or if you're going to do it, don't do it in front of me. Izuku, getting depressed again. Okay. You, inside the dorms. Midoriya? Are you coming or what? Izuku, I'm going, starting to levitate. Mirio, good luck with the second test. Izuku, thank you, wait for it. Hallway to the bedrooms. Yu, walking next to Izuku. So, Midoriya? Izuku, what's happening? Flying, hugging chastiefol. Yu, what do you like most about Nijire's body? I'm sure she'll say her breasts and her ass. Izuku, I would say his face, specifically his eyes. Those blue eyes always make me get lost in his gaze. Yu, nothing else? Izuku, I like her hair. I like that it's long and wavy and sky blue. It's beautiful. Yu, stopping in front of Izuku and then bowing. Forgive me, I misjudged you. Izuku, why? Yu, I thought you wanted Nijire for her physique, but I know what she told me is true. You love her and you don't notice her chest and her ass. Izuku, oh? I don't really care. I love her for who she is and how she is. Yu, smiling, I already checked. Come, I'll take you to your room. Izuku, thank you. What strange tests? Front of Nijire's room. Yu, standing in front of the room. This is it. Knocking on the door. Nijire, you have a visitor. Nijire, from inside. Tell her I'll see her later. Yu, but it's a talking bush. Izuku, hey. Nijire, Zuzu? Opening the door. What are you doing here? Yu, okay, lovebirds, I'll leave you. Leaving from there. Izuku, can I come in? Nijire, of course, opening the door wider. What do you think of my room? Pretty, isn't it? Izuku, seeing many stuffed animals, photos of her with him and some with her friends and posters of Ryukyu. I would say that is your personality, babe. Nijire, he. The truth is that something is missing there, pointing to her furniture. Izuku, what is it? Nijire, a figure of you. Since the incident in Island they announced a figure of you, but they were waiting for you to be more famous, and now with all this, it will be very well sold. Izuku, nay, you don't need to have a figure of me. Nijire, what do you mean? It's your first hero figure, and also it's so that when you leave I won't feel alone. Izuku, Nijire touching his chest where his heart was. Nijire, blushed Izuku? What are you doing? Izuku, I will never leave you alone. I will always be with you. As long as you remember me, I will always be in your heart. Nijire, Izuku, I love you. Kissing the lips of the aforementioned. That's why I've thought about it a lot, and I want to be yours. Blushing a lot. Izuku, but you're already my girlfriend. What else do you want? Nijire, and that's not it. I want us to have sex. Izuku, oh yeah, you should have said it from the start. Wait, what? Are you sure? Do you want me to take your first time? Aren't we going too fast? We've only had like 2 dates. Nijire, I want you to be the only man who has been inside my Izuku. I want to marry you. I want to have children with you. I want to do everything with you. But I know that you are not going to take me to the forest. I know that you want to take me. But you do not want me to give up my dream that I had since I was a child. That is why. Izuku, nay, looking at her to see how she was approaching her. Nijire, before you go, I want you to fulfill this last whim for me, please. Izuku, blushing heavily, oh okay, but is it safe? Nijire, don't worry, it's a safe day. Pushing him to bed. Izuku, Nijire approaching to kiss her. Nijire, Izuku. The two joined their lips in a somewhat robust kiss, showing that neither of them wanted to separate, but the lack of air forced them to do so. Izuku, baby, I love you. Nijire, I love you too, Aiza caressing her face. And so the two continued their carnal act, until they were exhausted and slept together. They wanted lemon, well, no, guys, v. At night. Izuku, waking up to turn to his left, and see Nijire asleep. It was the best night of my life, caressing her face, causing her to smile slightly. For you I would fight against all the heroes. Izuku stood up, changed, and grabbed a sheet of paper from the desk to start writing. When I finished writing, I left the letter there and walked out the window. In the morning, Nijire, turning around with her eyes closed. Good morning, Zuzu. She slowly opened her eyes when she saw that no one responded. Izuku? Standing up, covering herself with a sheet. Where did you go? Looking at a letter on her desk. What is this? With Izuku. He was flying with a serious look as he began to remember the contents of the letter. With Nijire. Nijire, starting to read. Dear Nijire, I'm sure that when you're reading this I'll already be in the Fairy King's forest. I want you to know that I love you very much, and I'm not abandoning you or anything. Read not over either. Wait for me until I find a way to return from my exile or until you graduate. I won't hesitate to come for you and make you my wife. He loves you very much, your boyfriend. Izuku Midoriya. P.S. I will always be protecting you, wherever I am. PD2. Tell my mom I'll come get her when I find a faster way to transport her stuff to the forest. Nijire. Ha 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 ha, putting her letter against her chest. Take care, Izuku. With Izuku. He was approaching the forest as he stopped and looked at everything. Izuku, it's time to get to work. Descending into the forest. Chapter 21. UA Academy. Thursday, 7 a.m. Third-year dormitories. Taumaki, watching everything from a corner. Mirio, Nijire looks more depressed. Mirio, Taumaki, her boyfriend and childhood friend, was exiled. Exactly, how would you react? Taumaki, I don't know. Nijire, giving her cereal a spoonful. How delicious. Mirio, with tears in his eyes. I already felt bad coming out of hiding. I'll go cheer him up. Nijire, hitting her cheeks. What am I doing? Izuku said he was going to come back for me when I graduated. Until then I'll wait for him. Arriving with Mirio and grabbing his shoulder. It seems that there was no need to encourage her. Mirio, yes, smiling as I watched Nijire walk. Fairy King's forest. Izuku, landing. I hadn't taken the time to see how beautiful this forest is. It's beautiful, right? Izuku, stepping back a little. Who are you? Excuse me, I will introduce myself properly. My name is Himari and I serve the Fairy King, that is to tell you. Izuku, I see. Himari, could you give me a tour of the forest? Himari, of course, follow me. Starting to fly. Izuku, following her. You don't have to be so formal. You can just call me Izuku. Himari, I'll try. Stopping. I'll be honest, we have nothing to present to you. As you can see, everything is tree and more tree. Izuku, really? Himari, yes, although there is someone I can introduce you to. Izuku, who? Himari, she can help you transport or take someone anywhere, whistling so that a portal opens next to you and a dog comes out. His name is Benji, and he is a black hound. Izuku, well, how cool. Himari, yes it is. Izuku, caressing Benji, can you take me to my mom? Himari, probably yes, but it would be better if she did it again. She needs to adapt to the forest. Izuku, scratching his chin as he's starting to fly. It's a nice place, really. Extra fairy, it's Fairy King Izuku. Fairy 2, King Izuku. Izuku, he grabbing the back of his neck. Hello. Himari, guys, calm down, the king is not going to leave. Izuku, looking seriously at Himari, I know I'm a king and I have responsibilities, but remembering Nijire, I want to go back to the city. Himari, calm down. King Izuku, you will see her again, I promise. Izuku, thanks. Turning to look to his right. Wait a second, how do you know I was thinking about someone? Himari, some fairies have the ability to read minds. I guess because you are half human you can't do it. Izuku, with his hand scratching his chin. Could it be turning to his right upon hearing many voices? What's happening? Himari, they're probably in another dispute. It's good that you're here, Fairy King. Could you help me? Izuku, sure. Approaching the noise. Everything okay? Dodging a jet of water. Koda, please stop fighting. Izuku, Koda? Koda, Mr. Izuku, seeing him happy. Izuku, calm down. I'll help you. Flying in front of them. Hey, you two. A piece of dirt fell on her face. Himari, he laughing very quietly. Izuku, moving his fingers, summoning Guardian. Stop fighting, separating the two fairies. Fairy 1, let me go. I'll show him that humans are no good. Fairy 2, how do you know? Our king is half human and Koda is our friend. Fairy 1 and? Izuku, come on guys, humans aren't that bad. Fairy 1, didn't you say that you were exiled and that's why you're here? Izuku, yes, but not all of them are bad. There are the heroes, my friends, my mom. There are several good people. Fairy 1, and why did they exile you if they are so good? Izuku, well, realizing. And how do you know I was exiled? The two fairies pointed at Koda. Koda, don't bring news from the human world, please. Koda, yes sir. Izuku, well, as I was saying. Japan, UA Academy. Saturday, 8 p.m. First year dormitories. Kirishima, watching TV. Grandmaster IP is a gem of a movie. Ajuru, that's right, eating popcorn. I want to be like him. Bakugo, entering the room with his Chakos. Does anyone want to train with me? Everyone ignores them. Damn extras leaving the dormitories. Newscast. We interrupt this channel because in the background 2 complaints were heard. Citizens are invading the Senator's commission due to the decision they made to exile the student hero Izuku Midoriya. Now we will go ask one. Running to a citizen. Kirishima, guys, you might want to watch this, pointing at the TV and turning up the volume. Newscaster, excuse me sir. The citizen turned to look at her. Why are you demonstrating in front of the Senate committee? Citizen, that's a stupid question. Izuku Midoriya saved us from that scary villain, and his reward was to be exiled. He can't see his friends or his family. This is an injustice. Grabbing a rock from the ground and throwing it at a window. Justice for the hero faking king. News, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Was the decision towards the hero faking king fair? Keep watching us to keep you informed. Momo, wow, Midoriya really won the affection of the people. Shuto, you are wrong, my dear Momo. The aforementioned looked at him surprised. We are friends of Midoriya. Everyone looked at them with doubt. We consider him our friend, but we don't know if he considers us. Tsuyu, what are you trying to get at? Todoroki. Shuto, the citizens appreciate Midoriya only because he is strong. They know that with Midoriya's power they will be safe. Everyone became thoughtful, although it is just an assumption of mine. Leaving the dormitories, everyone was left thinking, maybe Todoroki was right. With Bakugo. This one was attacking trees with his active staff while releasing explosions. Bakugo, breathing heavily. Still, it's not enough. Attacking the trees again as more explosions became louder. Aizawa, watching him from the dormitory roof. Bakugo works hard every night to become stronger. Watching Bakugo fall to the ground, noticing how his hands were red and blistered. Bakugo, shit, taking some bandages and water out of his backpack. I can't stop now. Starting to bandage his hands, which were shaking. It doesn't matter. I have to catch up with him. Looking at his hands, I have to catch up with the nerd. Just at that moment, a blue-haired girl had gone out for a run. Nijire, Bakugo, what are you doing? She said, looking at him curiously. Bakugo, Nijire, I'm training, he said, standing up again. Nijire, I see, why? Bakugo, isn't it obvious? To be the best of all, he said, smiling arrogantly. Nijire, I don't believe you, she said very seriously. Bakugo, it's true, I aspire to be the best. Nijire, you don't want to be left behind, do you? The boy tensed up. I knew it. Izuku, the girl smiled when she mentioned that name. He told me that you helped him with his exam to go to camp. Bakugo, so what? I did it because it was good for me. Nijire, you're terrible at lying, but anyway, as I was saying, when they were kidnapped, he told me that they talked about things together, and when they were released, they fought together. Bakugo, it was because no one is allowed to kidnap me. Nijire, and when he was exiled, You told him to stay in your house. Bakugo, ugh damn, how do you know all that? Nijire, you forget that Izuku is my boyfriend and he tells me almost everything. Bakugo, holy shit, scratching the back of his neck since we were kids. I've always been jealous of Izuku. The blue-haired girl sat down. What are you doing? Nijire, it's a story, isn't it? I prepared to listen to it. Bakugo, it was all before you became friends with Izuku. It all started when we were kids. Chapter 22. It all started when we were kids. Flashback narrated by Bakugo. Before our quirks, or in my case Quirk, awakened, Izuku and I were inseparable. If you look at the recording of our fight, we coordinated very well despite being at odds. Izuku, Kaken, he ran after me. Are we going to become heroes? I was a humble child, you could say. I didn't have a big ego. I was just a child. Of course, Izuku, you are the best heroes. The children started playing. Don't leave me out, said to a girl who arrived with us. I still remember her. Her name was Kami. When we were kids, being around her made me nervous. I think I liked her, and right now my heart is beating fast. Nijire, that evil cockroach got sentimental on us. Bakugo, shut up, getting thoughtful. Did you ask me what will happen to her? Nijire, well, continue with the story. Bakugo, oh yeah. Izuku, Kami, of course we weren't going to leave you out. Keep up with us and don't be left behind. The three of us were inseparable, of course. Izuku and I were the strongest in the colony, and the pretty girl came with us. She knew how to fight. But normally we did that ourselves. My birthday came and I saw them. I saw Izuku and Kami together. It broke my heart, but still, I approached them to talk to them. What are you doing? I think they were doing something that I didn't understand as a child, and now I understand. Kami turned around blushing and Izuku began to stutter. Izuku, what? We aren't doing anything. Kami hit Izuku's elbow to stop him from stuttering. Kami, we were waiting for you to celebrate your birthday, Katsuki. Well, I'm here, I said, smiling, and the three of us started playing. Nijire, what did they do in the end? Bakugo, I don't know, but from then on, I started to feel envious towards Izuku. Days after my birthday, my quirk woke up along with Kami's. Kami's quirk is creating auditory and physical illusions, a very cool one, and mine. Izuku, wow, he said, looking at my hands that were generating explosions. You have a great quirk, Kaken. Kami, yes, Katsuki, your quirk is amazing. As I received compliments from everyone, from the teachers, from my classmates, including my best friend, my ego began to increase. Clearly my quirk was going to be one of the strongest guys. Everything was going well, until the first misfortune occurred. Kami had to move from the city to Saitama Prefecture. Izuku went to say goodbye. That time I didn't go. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say goodbye to her. Izuku, do you have to go? Said the sad mini broccoli. Kami, yes, I turned to see her sad friend, but she was looking for someone else. Daughter, let's go. Kami, goodbye. Izuku hugging Izuku as he left with small tears in his eyes. That day, I chickened out. I could have said goodbye to her and told her how I felt, but I simply locked myself in my house. Izuku, my best friend, came to claim me and asked me why I didn't go, but I just hugged him and cried. As time went by, I didn't realize the stupid attitude I was starting to have. I started to try to shit on everyone, believing myself to be superior, and yet Izuku always remained my friend. But, after 1 year, Izuku still hadn't awakened his quirk, until he went to the doctor, and they told him he was quirkless. Izuku, Kaken, he approached me with some fear. Come on, Izuku, let it out, I said, anxious for his answer. I was waiting for him to tell me, I have a great quirk, at worst a weak one, but I didn't believe the next words he said to me. I am quirkless. There was no shortage of murmurs in the room, until one said, the nerd is quirkless. And everyone started laughing. Izuku looked at me asking for help. I wanted to help him, but my pride came to the surface. So you are quirkless, very well. From now on you are no longer Izuku, you are a Deku, which means useless, That was not what I wanted to tell him. I wanted to tell him that everything was going to be okay. Since that day on, I started treating Izuku like shit. I hit him, I talked badly about him. I don't understand how he didn't commit suicide. He was alone, until a blue-haired girl arrived in our prefecture. Nijire, on my first day you bullied me, but Aiza defended me. It was love at first sight, she said in love. Bakugo, yeah, shut up, I'm telling my story. Nijire, you know, I appreciated the blonde-haired boy looked at her with doubt. Without you, I wouldn't have met Aiza. Bakugo, don't make fun of what I'm going to tell you. The aforementioned agreed there is a red thread of destiny, and I think you and Izuku have a red thread. Nijire, i.e. cuteness. Bakugo, shut up coughing. Okay, I'll continue. The blue-haired girl and Izuku began to get closer together, almost becoming inseparable. Someone coughed. Well, not almost, they were. My envy towards Izuku increased. Not only did he have a very pretty friend, but he had also awakened his quirk and could fly. Nijire, these are the powers of the Fairy King. Bakugo, I know, Nijire. Well, as I was saying, Izuku awakened his power. We all thought it was a useless power until I saw it, the first time he used Sunflower. Izuku, look at this. Nijire, Sacred Spear chastiefol mode 4 Sunflower. The ground began to shake and from there came out a giant sunflower, which shot a ray into the sky. How cool is that? Nijire, clapping. Wow, Zuzu, that was great. What was that? Is that Izuku's quirk? I clenched my fists due to the frustration I felt. My quirk was strong, but after seeing that, I began to question myself. So the years went by. Every day I trained trying to surpass him. I was envious of him. He had incredible power. He had you. Meanwhile I didn't say goodbye to one of the most important people of my childhood. I pushed away my best friend and I was left far behind. When Izuku mentioned that he was going to take the exam for UA, I got angry. If he took the exam, it was obvious that he would get in, and with him there, I was going to be a nobody. It happened. He entered UA, became our vice president, and has always been fighting for us. In our first fight I lost against him. When we were attacked by the League of Villains, he took care of the normal while I was just defeating minor villains. He won the sports festival and defeated me for the second time. Then he defeated the hero killer. He saved our island from that giant demon. Thanks to him we were able to pass the camp exam. He defeated Muscular alone and also, he defeated All for One. Remembering all those events I realized that I was falling behind. I had never seen Izuku's back so big and imposing before. Every day I saw him moving away. End of flashback. Normal narration. Bakugo. I was envious of him. Every day I asked myself, what did he have that I didn't have? Why did he have to be the Fairy King? Why the buck did he have to be stronger than me? Nijire, Katsuki, Izuku and you have helped each other grow. You are the ones who feel obliged to improve. Bakugo looked at her out of the corner of his eye. Without your help, Izuku would not have defeated All for One. Thanks to you deciding working as a team with him, they managed to defeat All Might. Bakugo, I know that, but still. Nijire, listen to me. Bakugo, you feel like you've been left behind, that you're Izuku's shadow, but look closely, you've never been Izuku's shadow. You've always walked by his side, you always find a way to get by his side. Just look at you, you have the sacred treasure Kurchao's divine staff. Bakugo, that doesn't mean that I'm not at their level. Nijire, Bakugo, everyone at the academy talks about you, about how first-grade students managed to fight side by side against All for One and All Might. Watching the night sky, you are already idols of children and idols of several. Smiling while doing it, I turned to look. Kami must be proud of what you are. Bakugo, thanks Nijire. Nijire, don't worry, the truth is that I'm envious of you. I'm a member of the Big Three, I'm supposed to be one of the strongest, and in just a few months, you've already left us behind. Bakugo, Izuku and I are amazing. Nijire, it's already up again. Looking at the sky, but how beautiful, she said, seeing how shooting stars formed across. Bakugo, yes, grabbing his sacred treasure which was shining. What's wrong? Nijire, is your sacred treasure shining? Because? Bakugo, I don't know, he said, turning to the sky. On the other side. Nizu, seeing All Might, are you sure what they saw there? All Might, yes, director, it was a painting and below it was an old song that they recited many years ago. Nizu, reading the poem. When shooting stars cross the sky forming a cross, Britannia will cross its darkest moment. It is evidence captured since ancient times and proposes the beginning of a holy war between the guiding hand of light and the lineage of darkness. All Might, director, you might want to see this. Nizu, looking at the window, oh no, he turned to look at the bedrooms and saw how between the trees there was an orange glow next to a light blue one. The guiding hand of the light in the first bedrooms, a red and white glow appeared next to a purple one, so they, and in the distance a very strong green glow, the guiding hand of the light. Could it be them? All Might, young Kirishima, he thought, turning to look at the bedrooms and seeing how there was an intense glow in the bedrooms. Nizu, All Might, if we listen to the painting in the poem, we will have to prepare the young people first. All Might, you are correct, Director Nizu. Nizu, young Midoriya, I hope you're watching this too. Far away, in another academy, a student began to glow in white. How are you? He said, looking at a photo of Izuku and Bakugo. Fairy King's Forest. All the fairies were playing while Izuku was lying on chastiefol watching the sky. Himari, Fairy King. Izuku, turning to look at her, what's wrong, Himari? Himari, her sacred treasure is shining. Izuku, what? Turning to see chastiefol, which was shining, this is new. Himari, shooting stars forming across. Izuku, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Fairy, the sacred treasures are shining too. Izuku, something strange is happening. Tartar. All for one, looking at the sky, the guiding hand of light smiling sadistically, and the lineage of darkness, Tamura. League of Villains. Tamura, Doctor, are you sure you can complete the master's research? Dr. Garaki, the question offends Tamura. The Nomas with the demon blood are going to be the downfall of the heroes. Tamura, looking at his hand, we are the lineage of darkness.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.